Alrighty guys, hello everybody, it's Batman, and we're going to be making a video, and we're about to do a voice chat debate. It's not going to be too long, it's going to be about an hour at most, or if not, if like 20 more minutes, if the guy's going to be a fucking annoying prick, whoever I'm going to be debating. But other than that, it's not really going to be a long video. The longest it can be is about an hour. Basically, the debate is going to be about EMS Madara, Valley of the End versus Pain, but there's going to be certain conditions to the battle. There just has to be, otherwise the power gap is just too tremendous. You know what I mean? Because one thing I'm going to say right off the bat is Pain is never demonstrated to be on the level of Madara and Hashirama, but at least for his hack abilities, prep, intelligence, so on and so forth, and people not being aware of what the rinnegan was or what it could do, and not having intel on him, giving him the element of surprise, he was mainly known to take on threats that were typically worse, stronger than him, but he was at least able to overcome. Okay, but other than that, we're gonna be talking about it, and I'll go into more detail, obviously, with the debate, and we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna hop into the debate. And we're gonna go. Um, I'm gonna put on the desktop audio. This way, his voice can be heard as well. Questions, I'll elaborate a lot more too if you need me to. This way, there's no
That's
confusion.
fine.
But
All right.
I'll just try to make it short and sweet. So the conditions of the battle that I'm doing, because like I said, I'm not gonna disagree with this. Is clearly there's a huge fucking power gap between Madara, Hashirama, and Pain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Pain's not really known to be displaying that fucking level of power.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I do agree with. But the only thing that I was saying that is like interesting about Pain is Pain has never been known for like his power feats or being or known for that type of scaling. He's basically known for his hack abilities, his prep, his intellect, and people not having intel on his rinnegan, and him using
Mm-hmm.
that as the element of surprise, and to catch people off guard and etc. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
he's known
Mm-hmm.
to fight against stronger threats that are typically stronger than him. If you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
like
basically
who?
how he's like illustrated,
Okay.
and that's the reason why I'm giving these imps to, you know what I mean, Pain and whatnot, and using the worst version of Madara, because if
Mm-hmm.
Madara has a Rinnegan or anything like that, or just Intel period, anything, it's over. Like I'm not debating that. It's That's a lot harder to even debate anyways, and I'm technically putting myself in a position where it's kind of hard to anyways, because once again the gap. But last but not least, if anything, obviously the fight is going to favor towards Madara technically, but I still do believe that Pain we would pull W depending on if the conditions are there.
Okay. So what are you using for pain? Like, are you using like the six paths of pain that fight Sage Naruto, or are you using
Um,
Nagato? Or...
yeah, so what I'm using is prime, like healthy Nagato, and so the
Mm-hmm.
Nagato that I'm referring to is the one that was fighting against KCM one Naruto, B, and Itachi. The one that was
Okay.
being used by Kabuto, and not the Edo version, but like basically that version but alive. And
Okay. So you're saying like that version, no leg ailments, like.
yeah, so it just be that Nagato, that Edo, not Nagato, but the only difference he's alive this time. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
technically, I'm pretty sure we can both agree on alive and Edo. Alive is stronger, more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm using that. Cause I'm like I said, I'm trying to fucking wank Nagato as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then last but not least, at first I wasn't gonna do it, but just to kind of help me out, is with the pains. Obviously it's not impossible, and it's not undeniable. But like if Obito was able to have the paths as Jinchuriki host, you know what I mean? I don't see
Mm-hmm.
why not Nagato couldn't do the same. So that's why I'm giving him those type of paths instead of just normal ninja paths. If you get what I'm saying, because if we're being honest, I'm pretty sure we both can agree on this too. Normal paths against Jinjuriki, you know what I mean? Perfect Jinjuriki paths, they're stronger. You know what I mean? Than
Mm-hmm.
the normal. That's just without doubt. They have more chakra, more abilities. QB transformation, you name it. So, anyways, so that's basically going to be the conditions, and then and last but not least, what's it called? Nagato. Like the Rinnegan. When I say like that's his, like I mean that's his. Like meaning that somehow, some way, he ended up with like a natural Rinnegan, and he has it. Madara, you know, hasn't gotten to that point. You know what I mean? So meaning like Madara has not gotten to the point where he's fought Hashirama yet, and then almost died, and then that's how he awakens and etc. You know what I mean? So I'm using a
So it's
Madara
saying
that's
Madara
basically
has no, like, he doesn't know shit about the rinnegan, basically.
exactly. He doesn't have any intel. He doesn't have the nine tails because once again, like I don't know. I don't even want to debate if he does have the nine tails. I'll just make it harder. I'm trying to make it as much. I know it seems like I'm cheating or it's whatever, not fair, but that's kind of the perspective I'm trying to establish to begin with, is that if you do take the strongest version and wank someone or give them certain amps, that potentially they could hold their own or pull a W through the weakest version of a character in Naruto. That's all I'm trying to establish. At the end, but that's gonna be it. So basically, meaning that Nagato has all the Rinnegan abilities. You know what I mean? Obviously, having two Rinnegans is technically an amp as well. And another thing, what's it called? What was it? Dude, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, he can summon the ghetto statue. All that stuff, yada yada. So just anything, obviously, Obito and Madara has been able to do, he could be able to do the same. That's basically all I'm saying.
That is not true.
What do you mean?
Can Nagato summon the Nine Tails?
No, hell no, not that. No.
He's just saying,
No,
like,
I'm not.
he's just saying, like, what if
Rinnegan.
Nagato gets, like, the Edo Jinchuriki or whatever?
Nagato gets the Edo Jinchuriki, he doesn't really mean anything.
No,
Yeah,
Nagato would have like the Ten Tails husk. You know what I mean? He would have.
Can he manipulate it though? Like, does
Yeah.
that really matter? No, like how well though? Like, can he pop the chains
Oh,
out, or can he just do the soul jutsu that?
Yeah, like dead, like perfectly. That's what I'm saying. Like to that
Why
level.
can he do it perfectly?
If I were to really all right, if I were to answer that, like the main reason it's like all right. So the fact that like can we agree that when Obito, gave the eye to Nagato and whatnot, is because he saw potential in him. You know what I mean? And the fact that he could use it so well, even though he wasn't Uchiha, like it was pretty fucking impressive.
Does that mean anything, or does that just mean he could just do it better than like anyone else? Because you also have to consider the situation Nagato was in, like being like an orphan in that situation. Like Obito also specifically targeted him, like not only for his chakra, but
absolutely. But that's what I'm saying, and like it's like he felt like he would be the most capable out of all to users to have the Rinnegan basically to give to. You know what I mean? Like, do we agree with that? That he's a good pick, and he was natural with it, and he was, pretty good. No joke.
Yeah, he's pretty alright, but I don't know how that would compare to Madara.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so basically, like, since he has the Rinnegan and everything, and that it could compare is like basically what everything Obito was able to do with the Rinnegan, and stuff like that. Like, it's just that's what I'm applying for him. And
Obito doesn't do that well with the ghetto statue with the Rinnegan.
Obito was good with it. He could do the chains. He could put Jinchuriki, tailed beast inside of the 10-tailed husk, and make it more powerful. He could do a lot with the Rinnegan. And then with like just one rod, which was weird because Pain had to use multiple rods on Naruto. So I'm assuming it's that can maybe potentially be more tied to like you need a certain amount of chakra in order to apply, like movement control and etc. But somehow Obito was able to do it with just one, but Pain needed to do I think 6 or 7. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, so all I'm trying to say is you're dealing with a prime, healthy Nagato that has a good Rinnegan. He can use it to its peak condition, and he is going again with also the Jinchuriki paths of pains. Okay, that will be there too. And he's going to be fighting against Madara that only has access to EMS and Perfect Susanoo. That's basically the conditions I'm putting out.
Yeah, Madara would win.
Yeah, why do you think Pain wins then? Like, what do you think Nagato does?
So, the first thing, in my opinion, is if we look at basically just the first thing, can we at least agree that intel is a big deal in Naruto, that it does make a difference?
It depends on what you're talking about.
Okay, true, but the fact that it can be implied or applied to certain situations, and to where it does provide advantageous advantage situations, you know what I mean, or give them more of an edge.
If you think about it, Madara slaps the 5 Kage without any intel on them at all, considering he was literally dead. At least the Kage have some semblance of an idea, but like Madara literally like they haven't like they know what the Susanoo is and have some ideas on the Sharingan, but Madara's
Inoki
fighting
has
like completely
literally
guilty
fought him
of
before.
Inoki.
Yeah. So like with the all right. Actually, I'm gonna ask this. I'm gonna ask this then. Do you think like, and not even the conditions of the Nagato I'm talking about in the past? Do you think the weakest, like Pain himself, Tendo Pain with the just normal ninja paths, could body the five Kage
No,
at the same time?
no.
At the same time, no. Individually, sure, but not at the same time.
Why not? Why not
I
at the
don't
same
even think
time?
individually.
So you don't think if he does like a, Shina Tensei that it's not gonna one shot all of them?
Inoki particle style.
I wouldn't say that because Inoki takes the Tengai Shinsei pretty well, so
Well,
I wouldn't say that would
one
be
thing I
it.
will say is Inoki's particle style. Like, I don't think that would be effective because the Shina Tensei negates all ninjutsu and taijutsu. And let me rephrase that.
So
Let me rephrase that. With taijutsu, I know obviously if you have enough power and force, to
yeah,
reverse it,
Naruto six
but
tails literally breaks out of it.
yeah,
No,
yeah, but you could, but
Inoki
that's
literally.
that's a exhausted, fatigued Tendo Pain. Like,
So
I'm talking about like this guy's gonna be obviously at max, full power. Like that makes a difference.
I mean, we see that the Chubaku Tensei can get blown up. Like when Nagato, you're saying that you're using Nagato that was fighting KCM on Naruto, right? And you're saying he's like hypothetically not Edo, but we see that Naruto plus B plus Itachi is able to blow it up. So we
Yeah,
see that like
but
it
see,
can
and that's
Chubaku
what
Tensei
like,
can get blown up.
Edo though Nagato. Imagine alive, like
that is
Yeah,
straight
even
up
then,
that would definitely indicate that his Chubaku Tensei would be more powerful, right?
yeah, but to like what extent though? Because that's the only real Nagato we could go off of. And what you're saying
So
is the one that
I guess
was
the
fighting KCM1.
yeah yeah I
We can
guess
say that he's unquantifiably stronger because he's not Edo.
um I guess what I would say on that then is like basically like, so for instance, like if the weakest version of Pain was able to cast that on a Six Tails Naruto, and then literally the and only way the Six Tails Naruto was able to break out of it was by going into the Eight Tails transformation and then releasing the final tail. Okay, you know what I mean? Like that's a pretty big deal. Remind you, like this Pain is, he fought everyone in the Hidden Leaf Village, flexing on everyone, etc. He blows up the entire village, still is able to, give Sage Mode Naruto a run for his money, then gets his
Mhm.
power back, one shots everything, turns the tables immediately, then is still throwing hands with a Six Tails Naruto, and in my opinion, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but the Six Tail Naruto, like three times, like beats him, you know what I mean? But then Nagato just brings him back because his durability is good or whatever, and he's like
Mhm.
controlling him with the chakra rods. So what if you want to
Mhm.
agree, like he died or not, or whatever, or he was unconscious and then he got brought back, whatever, like the Six Tails bodied him three times, even though he was keeping up, but clearly it was a big power difference. And then he realized, oh shit, I can't really beat him right now in my state. Does Chubaku Tensei, and literally the half the power of the Nine Tails has to literally turn into the Eight Tails and then the Nine just to break out. Like that's pretty fucking impressive. And we're talking about a
I
very
mean, Madara
exhausted
is stronger
Pain.
than that, though.
Yeah, okay, hold up. Let me just ask you a couple of questions, right? So you're saying that it's very impressive that Pain is able to hold off this Naruto, right? And make him basically have to transform into the Nine Tails to break out, right? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're aware that Hashirama, right, is able to body literally all of the Bija?
Oh yeah,
You know,
absolutely. Yeah. All he has to do is just touch him and he puts him to sleep. You don't even have to fight him.
yeah. So you're aware that EMS Madara, the one that you're saying, is the weakest version of Madara, even though Edo Madara is weaker, but we don't have to get into that. You know that EMS Madara is relative to this Hashirama, right?
Uh, yeah. Like if Hashirama did his tail transformation, he goes perfect Susanoo. They can trade. He still loses in the end, but
He
they
loses
trade.
in
They
the end
fight.
by getting stabbed in the back, but
No, 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 no,
they
no, no.
are
I'm not even talking
relative.
about that. That's the second time they're going. I'm talking about the first time they fight. Like they both Madara goes perfect Susanoo, and then Hashirama goes his wood transformation. You know, they fight, and then he's standing over him in the end. You know what I mean? And he won. That's the first
Mm-hmm.
time. So like technically, you know, you could say Hashirama's wood was just stronger, or I don't know, or maybe it was just like a standstill. They just kept going at it, and then next thing you know, it just came down to their base, and then he somehow Hash pulled the dub. I don't know. Doesn't really show too much, but either way, Hashirama wins. And
Yeah,
then
Hashirama is definitely above, but would
yeah,
you
yeah.
disagree? Would you disagree
But
to
no,
them
and
being
I
vice
get what you're
versa?
saying, like where you're trying to go, but like I don't know, like so this is the thing, like Madara doesn't really become so fucking scary until he stacks the fucking nine tail, the full power nine tails, you know, with the Susanoo. Like that's when
That's
Hashirama's
not
like,
even
oh
true.
fuck, you know.
I
If
mean,
you
we
like
know
look
that.
back at the like scaling though, you see like Warark Madara, Edo Madara, who's below EMS, can fight off Sage Hashirama's like wood statue, and the base wood statue stated to be like Kurama level. So like Madara's perfect Susanoo EMS is easily above Kurama level, arguably like a Sage mode amp above. So like
Not to
Nagato just
mention
has
that's
nothing
full
to stop him.
Kurama. That's full Kurama, not even
Yeah, I don't
50%.
know because
Yeah.
that's
Full
once again
Kurama should be above
that's
every other
feats
tail beat.
basically coming from the War Arc too. But like if I'm talking about the fight that happened with Hashirama, you know what I mean, the second
Yeah,
time they're
that's a
going at
stronger
it,
Madara.
the only
That's a
time,
stronger Madara.
huh?
It's a stronger Madara,
Yeah,
Greg.
he would probably be
Yeah,
weaker.
I don't agree with that. But like I said, if I'm referring to the fight, like with those two, Madara has to use his sword in order to clash the full power nine tails tail beast bomb that was like you grabbed by Hashirama's like hand.
That wasn't even
You know,
perfect Susanoo though.
it was perfect Susanoo.
No,
No,
It was.
it's full body. It's full body.
So
you see, like
actually
nothing
no
in
no
the
no no no
impact.
yeah no yeah he uses like yeah he brings out the Susanoo and then tanks the hit, but it wasn't like the full on like fucking actually no yeah it was just yeah it was just a thing because it was the nine tails like right next to him, and then it was him. The nine tails shot the you know the thing, and then he fucking Hashirama just grabs it and slams it whatever. But like remind you, Hashirama's not even in like Sage mode. He's fighting a full power nine tails and also his perfect Susanoo at the same time. You know what I mean? So
That wasn't perfect Susanoo.
what's that?
That was not perfect Susanoo.
It was full body, not perfect Susanoo.
Okay, so either way, like then he combines them both. Then Hashirama was like, "Oh fuck," and then goes in Sage mode, you know, and then literally Hashirama just completely overpowers him. Like it's like,
Hashirama being above him is not the question, because we know he's stronger than him. The
but
thing
no,
is
the
to place
reason
them
why I'm saying
relative.
that's like relative to this fight is, you know, Madara is only really considered extremely dangerously to Hashirama's level when he has the nine tails. Since he doesn't have the nine tails in this fight, like yes, you could definitely like you know argue and say that his perfect Susanoo is on par with the full power
That
nine
has literally
tails.
nothing to do
And
with Nagato.
you just said that he still made him even before getting the nine tails.
No, 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 no. So like, I'm gonna rephrase
You
this and say like as clean as possible. Like base Hashirama's wood transformation. Okay, like those hands with perfect Susanoo, and then either way Hashirama wins in the end. Then they fight again. You know, base Hashirama's wood transformations fighting both of them. Okay, and then Madara gets serious. Then Hashirama gets serious. The moment he gets serious, literally Madara like spams hundreds of fucking QB like full power nine tails QB bombs, and Hashirama just punches them all and punches through his Susanoo like it's nothing, and now he's like vulnerable in the open. And then basically when that happens, he's like, oh fuck, I gotta you know jump off so I don't get you know one shotted or whatever. And then basically Hashirama like puts the nine tails to sleep at that exact moment, and now it's literally Hashirama against you know, EMS Madara that has a broken Susanoo. You know what I mean? And then
But you
and
look
basically
at
at that
like
point, like
Madara,
Hashirama would have destroyed him. Like if he wanted to
you
kill
look
him
at
right there and there, he would have just stayed in Sage
Madara
mode
and
and would.
Hashirama. But Madara and Hashirama after that literally fought until they were both exhausted. So without the
literally
shit,
panels showing.
Yeah, but see, there's a
Hashirama,
lot
like,
of like
fully
time
remaining
skips, and it shows a
blind.
lot of scenery between all of that, and you could easily argue that the only reason why he lasted that long was due to the Nine Tails.
You could
What?
argue the only reason Hashirama lasted that long is because of his healing. Because that's all Madara mentions. He always talks about his
Absolutely. No,
chakra regen.
I don't disagree with that. To be, if we're really being honest, you know, like fucking, I feel like if he didn't have his healing, he probably would have more than likely lost that fight. You know, but
So that at least puts them relative. Then you're literally agreeing.
yeah, but
That
like
at
I said,
least puts them
it
relative.
doesn't matter because this is when he has the Nine Tails, and once again, this is why I'm not giving him the Nine Tails. Period. You know what I mean? Like
That
that's
was the
just
minority of the fight, though. We see when the Ninetales was out at all times, and it was the minority. It was like right at the start. Then it left relatively quickly, and
yeah.
then they're like
Like I
completely
said, I
exhausted by
get you, but I
safety.
don't even want to like talk like really or emphasize more on that. Basically, that like I'm talking about just perfect Susanoo with no Nine Tails, no nothing, and perfect Susanoo is only shown to be capable of fighting Hashirama's Wood Golem, just standard base, not Sage mode, and with that with just only that feat because that's all that's provided at that point. He has no rinnegan, no nothing, whatever. Like Pain, if he is literally Nagato, like prime healthy Nagato, okay, so meaning with all those amps, okay, you know, even more stronger with the rinnegan and can do everything, and the fucking paths of Pain are all Jinjuriki hosts, okay, starting from literally, because there's 6 paths, right? Okay, so if there's 6 paths, then I would start from the 4th tail all the way up, you know, to fucking or no, the 3 tails all the way up to the 8 tails or whatever. Or if you think that's unfair, then on the 2 tails to the 7 tails. At least exactly what Obito had, because he technically didn't have the 8 or 9 tails. And so now he has all those tail beasts with the passive pain's hacks and abilities. Okay, so you know, like he's like really tremendously climbing up there. And if you put into consideration of all the feats that an exhausted, fatigued Pain did during like the Pain arc with Sage Mode Naruto and everything, and then fighting a half-powered Nine Tails, or at least forcing the Nine Tails to go to its full power with half the power alone, with a Chubaku, you know what I mean, Chubaku Tensei or whatever. And mind you, this is when he's exhausted and weakened. I guarantee you, Nagato as Prime is going to be a big fucking deal. Okay, with all that into consideration, if he used the same dude, it's going to be tremendously more powerful. In all honesty, I don't even know if Madara. It's in my opinion. You guys are going to be like, "Well, I'm fucking crazy," but I don't even know if Madara could be able to break the Chubaku Tensei with his perfect Susanoo blade with something that strong.
Okay. So we know. Would you agree that 50% of the Nine Tails is above, like the other Biju?
Yeah. 'Cause I think there's that one scene where like the Nine Tails does like his QB bomb, and then they all do it, and it's like it
Mm-hmm.
took for all of them to combine, you know, theirs to just be on par with half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you already admitted that Madara tanked the full Nine Tails. So he's just massively above every other Biju and just one shots them with the perfect Susanoo. And he
Well,
already said that half of the Nine Tails body pains Chibaku Tensei. So
okay,
the
but
perfect Susanoo just cuts through that shit easily as
let's
fuck.
look at like something like I don't know if you guys think this is invalid or not, but like at the characters at heart, like what they would actually like if you could literally picture this in your mind, if it potentially happened as like a what if story, whatever, okay, like what they
Mhm.
would actually do in character more than likely. And if we're really being honest, okay, like Nagato is gonna be obviously have a strategize, have certain people he thinks is gonna be best just for base Madara at that exact moment. Madara is not
Mhm.
going to know anything about the rinnegan. He's not going to know what it's capable of, so on and so forth. So the element of surprise is out there. He could be able to
Mhm.
catch him off guard. Okay, and then literally in character, Madara is just going to talk some shit, whatever, flex, because that's his how he is. Unless you're Hashirama, he don't give a fuck about you, you know. And he's
That's
just
not true. He talks
he
shit to
portrayed that with
anyone
the
that he
five Kage.
considers.
He was literally
Yeah,
being a
yeah,
bully the whole time and just talking
yeah.
shit and underestimating
That's
them.
because that's because they're massively below him though. Because he will like
Okay, but
he will
that's actually
consider
good. That supports me. And can I
yeah.
explain that real quick? And then you
Wait,
tell
hold up.
me.
Because yeah, wait. Because we like because you're basically buffing like Nagato to the point where like he should be impressive to Madara, right? And
Yeah.
we know that Madara, like even aside from like Hashirama, who like we know that he praises other characters that are like on a level that is impressive to him. Because we see that when Guy activates the eighth gate,
Yeah,
that
but
he like
that's a
considers him
whole other
impressive and
game
like
changer, bro. That's a
nah, yeah,
big
but like
deal. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm saying just like people that are like on Madara's level, we know that he acknowledges them to be impressive, and he doesn't necessarily always just talk shit.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah, I get you. But I don't know. Like I said, like if we analyze the 5 Kage fight, right? You know, he's fighting. Obviously, he's tremendously like surpasses him. You know, a million, billion, trillion fucking times. Okay, in power, he could, at any moment he could kill them all. Okay, but he's having fun. He's dancing. You know, saying whatever, yada yada. Okay, and then literally, like a couple times it's happened. I don't know if you guys remember, but I think there is a point where they actually where Tsunade was able to land a blow on him, and it split him in half. Like,
the blow he let him land on the. He let her
Yeah.
land on the wood.
Yeah.
We already know
I-
he's holding back in that entire fight.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The fact that that happened, that's embarrassing.
That was
like
a
like you know what I mean?
call.
Like the fact that he's underestimating them that much.
Yeah,
Like
that
if the
was a
5
call.
Kage could be
That
able
was a
to
wood
pull
clone.
a lethal blow like that, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that was a wood clone.
Okay, but still, that's still fucking impressive.
No, that's not impressive because
It's
she
not
landed the
impressive.
attack
We
on the
know-
wood clone and just got stabbed through her like torso. Like that doesn't matter.
To be fair, Madara does substitute, but when they make fun of him for it, he gets petty about it. They're like, "Oh, wait a second. You could say we cornered you into doing that shit," and he's like, "Man, it's 5-on-1, bro."
Yeah, and then he flexes back and he's like, "Calm down, you know, don't get too excited. Like, congrats." No, I get
That
you,
doesn't
but
really
like,
matter though.
but like,
'Cause,
but
what
yeah,
actually
regardless.
puts
But
Naruto
what I'm trying to
Madara?
portray here in this situation is Pain's not gonna be. Pain is not like that. Okay, or at least Nagato's not the type to be, you know, talking that shit, especially to a person that he knows better that he cannot fuck around, that he needs to be on his A game in order to potentially get a W. You know what I mean? And it's
Greg,
like,
what actually puts Nagato above Madara though? You're not like you're talking a lot, but you're not actually saying that part.
you're saying why does he scale like above him?
What
Yeah.
way does he have to actually put him down or do anything to him or like be as fast as him or as strong as him?
Yeah. So okay. So basically, like of how he could scale at least close or near. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say like. I don't know, like, or yeah, I would definitely say like he could definitely be equal, or at least, you know, pretty close when it comes to like, you know, speed and power. Like, I don't know, it's literally EMS Madara. He doesn't have,
Also, what's
he doesn't have
though?
any
What's
amps
dealing with putting Nagato that high?
because of the rinnegan, because of what's
How's
it
he
called?
have
It's
that
prime,
high with
it's prime
Rinnegan?
Nagato alive. Like we've seen all the feats that he can do against Naruto Killer B.
Yeah, what feat scale to EMS
That's
Madara?
only KCM1 though. We already know that that's not relative to Madara.
Well, no, no.
too.
Like if EMS Madara was fucking like fighting against like KCM one Naruto, you know what I mean? Like, and with like no Nine Tails, no nothing, you know, just EMS with perfect Susanoo. Like, I would not say that fucking Madara just absolutely completely speed blitzes him.
We see it happen.
We see a weaker Madara
we see it
fight.
No,
happen.
that but remind you that's
Stronger
is
than
Rinnegan amped
Yeah, it is
Hashirama
stated in
Cell.
the databook,
Like he
though,
has
that
tons
when
of fucking
Madara
amps.
It stated that a stronger Madara than Edo Madara, because when Edo Madara initially got revived, he was stronger, and it stated that was Madara at his original power level, aka EMS. Like the fourth databook
No,
said
but yeah,
EMS is
but that
stronger.
that statement could just be interpreted. Like that's not really like a strong
What else
guaranteed
his original
concrete.
power would mean in this context? Kid Madara?
It could easily be interpreted to just a Madara being alive in general. Like Hashirama
Yeah,
could just
but it
be
says
referring to
original
when he
power.
was
What does
actually alive and
original
not
mean?
Edo.
No, but what
That's
does original
definitely
power mean, though?
almost to his original power can mean basically to like what your power was when you were either alive. It doesn't directly be stated or emphasized that he's referring to EMS Madara because once again,
Okay,
I know
so
you
what else
guys.
was alive Madara?
What's
What
that?
other Madara would it be then?
So you guys think Edo Madara is stronger than alive EMS Madara, right?
No,
No.
the opposite. The opposite.
No, We
Okay,
need an argument
so-
for the opposite.
so-
Final. We should specify. Hold on. It's Final Valley Madara is stronger than Edo Madara.
That's what you guys are. You guys saying that?
Yeah.
Okay, and so here's my debunk to that. You do know that Edo Madara with the rinnegan and all the amps was fighting KCM2 Naruto
Yeah.
with Sage Mode.
Okay. That never happened, but what are you talking about?
It does. In
Never fought KCM2 Sage Mode Naruto, no.
He fights KCM2 Naruto.
he was fighting with Obito against KCM2 Naruto when like Naruto was sharing all his chakra and whatnot when they were fighting
Yeah,
the
but no
Ten-Tailed
Sage Mode.
Beast and
That's not
whatnot.
Sage Mode.
Like
That's not Sage Mode. That's just
if he was that much superior than all of them, why just take his time, toy whatever, and just use the Ten-Tails when he could just do it himself?
Madara literally doesn't show his own full power in that fight, except Hashirama. He doesn't even whip out the perfect or armor.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on,
see,
Greg.
that's the
Hold on,
thing.
wait,
Like
wait.
he fights directly against Hashirama while Jubito becomes a thing and whatnot, and we see clearly Naruto what he's able to do against Jubito. So like and all that, and then the Edo Madara literally admits and says Jubito is stronger than him, and KCM2 Naruto is fighting against him.
Naruto
I have-
doesn't speak
hold
to Jubito.
Obito literally makes fun of Madara for playing around with the Alliance. Obito calls Madara a child for testing his power against the Alliance.
Yeah,
That's fine.
it's true. He's not wrong about that.
Jubito slaps Nagato. Like Jubito has nothing to do with this.
Jubito slaps-
Well, no. Well, the reason why I'm bringing this all up is because you guys are saying EMS alive Madara with no Rinnegan, no amps, no nothing is stronger than Edo Rinnegan amps Madara.
Yes.
And remind you with like technically unlimited stamina and almost not literally infinite chakra, but almost infinite chakra. Okay, technically.
Prove that.
And the statement with Madara when he literally says that Edo Tensei has infinite chakra.
That's regen.
So that's
already
why.
know
Okay,
that.
but
I
either way,
already
it
know that.
applies to the same concept. He doesn't have to mean it
No, it
logically,
doesn't.
which once again,
No, it
this is
doesn't.
why like it debunks statements because you can interpret them in however you want to. It doesn't mean it's absolute
No.
concrete.
No, we already know that Edos have a limited chakra pool because Minato says that he doesn't have enough chakra for flying.
Yeah, but
Raijin.
that's because of the divine tree. The
You
divine
can
tree is
also say-
completely different. That thing
Why
immediately.
is it different?
It's a fucking alien fucking I don't know a wood tree. That thing touches
Chakra.
someone and it's like mine. I don't
Yeah,
was
like
the-
that's totally
Chakra.
different from like alive ninja and Edo ninja. Like let's say they're both just shooting out as much fucking chakra as possible. Edo is gonna outlast the alive version. There's no way you disagree with that.
Also, why Toby Rama literally states that he's nerfed to an extent where he can only make 2 shadow clones.
Yeah.
So we know that it actually nerfs your chakra pool to some extent.
Oh, absolutely.
but
There is a
it's-
nerf with Edo, but there are situations where Edo versions can technically be stronger than the alive versions, depending on
You're
what
kind of
type of
beating
character
on
you're
me.
talking
Yes.
about. That
Wait,
is
you know
relevant.
What instance of that?
Y'all stay on
What
track
instance
again
of that?
because like when you explain that whole Jubito and like fighting Naruto
Well,
stuff,
I was
you
getting
never
there. I
once
was gonna like tell you
yeah,
how like
you
it.
never like mentioned EMS Madara there. So why
Okay,
is EMS
so
lower?
the reason why I'm saying like that's a big deal. You guys are saying that EMS Valley of the End Madara is stronger than Edo Madara. Okay, am I correct? Can we agree on that?
That like EMS Madara is stronger right there.
Okay,
The author
okay. Well, then
literally
I'm gonna
says-
ask the question. Do you guys agree that Valley and EMS Madara is stronger than Edo Madara? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the database
with
says it right
you
there.
with you thinking that, okay, I am trying to debunk that and tell you that Edo Madara is stronger than that version, and the reason why is because literally this guy, not only with all the amps that he has, okay, was fighting, okay, KCM1 and KCM2 Naruto, okay, and
We
then
can
eventually
quantify
has to
that
fight
EMS,
Hashirama. Then eventually has to fight
Quantify that
Hashirama, which
EMS.
reminds you, Hashirama hasn't fought a Madara with a Rinnegan. Okay, they're both Edo now, which is both a nerf on them, and he's fighting against that guy. And then Jubito comes out, and Madara literally is a statement where he says, "Oh yeah, like he's fucking stronger than me. I gotta watch out for that
Jubito has
guy."
nothing to do with this at all. But in the
It,
case
it
of
does,
Hashirama,
because this is indicating that Edo Madara is on a whole other fucking level in the war arc. He is not the same as EMS Valley of the End
no,
Madara.
because okay,
It's
in the
debunking what you guys are saying.
One at a time. In the case of like
I got a question about Edo
Hashirama,
Madara.
I just want to know what the debate is real fast.
in the case of like Hashirama fighting Madara, Hashirama literally has multiple nerfs. He doesn't just have the Edo nerf. He also has like his like clones helping the Shinobi lines fight, right? So like in the case of like Edo Madara still being like Hashi's level and all that, they're still relative because Hashi has more than one nerf. He has Edo nerf plus. So using like Hashirama fighting Edo Madara to say Edo above like
Okay,
EMS
but
is not
something to put also into consideration too is Hashirama even has a statement where he says that KCM2 Naruto is almost like, I think he, like, I don't know exactly what it was.
almost as much chakra.
Yeah, exactly. And Hashirama is an Edo, and Madara is an Edo. That's a big fucking deal.
Edo Madara.
That's base Hashirama, not Sage.
Debate.
Well, no, I'm not saying to Sage mode, but that's still a big fucking deal. So like once again, like EMS Valley of the End Madara is nowhere near KCM2.
Wait, why do you think that? What's the point of that?
KCM2 is weaker than the full Nine Tails.
Valley of the End Madara is not weaker than the full Nine Tails.
We literally already disproved it.
Okay,
no.
no. EMS Madara does not, in just base MS.
Conceded that
Wait, is this a public? Wait, is this like a one-on-one debate or is it?
You literally conceded that he tanks the Nine Tails Biju bomb, and now you're saying that he's below. Like, what's that mean?
No. Like, all right, you guys are like taking certain things that I'm saying and then like what I'm trying to imply and explain why this relates and why this supports pain and etc. Like that you're just putting that like out there randomly, and then next thing you know, like it just makes me sound fucking stupid. Like,
bro, you're saying Edo Madara is stronger than EMS Madara because he fights Naruto in KCM2.
Dude, Edo Madara is stronger than EMS Valley of the End Madara. Yes.
Why?
EMS Madara does not have the rinnegan.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it matters. He has Hashirama.
Don't cut him off.
Edo Madara have the EMS amp that Valley of the End Madara has.
So the important thing, guys, the important thing here is in the data book, the author himself says that fucking Final Valley Madara is stronger than Edo Madara.
I've already spoke about that statement. I don't want to like stay too long on that. Okay. All right. Can I bring up I'm gonna bring up another perspective.
How's the statement wrong?
That's a direct author statement.
Because you guys are literally using an interpretation of what Hashirama is saying. And literally his exact words, he's saying he's almost getting to his past strength.
No, that's not the statement.
Yeah,
that's
they're using the databook statement to say. Go ahead, Shiggy. Sorry, Shiggy. Go ahead.
Yeah, if the statement you're referring to is in the manga, if you look in the scans chat in the server, it's a databook statement from the fourth databook. And it's a whole different scene. Like,
okay, but can we all agree that there is some outrageous databook fucking statements out there too that can that are like no, that's definitely not that, because it was never like emphasized or showed in the show?
It was emphasized in the manga by Hashirama.
Well, no, okay, no, I get that, but like you do know there are like data book statements that are pretty fucking out there.
Is this a volume statement or a data book statement? Because this looks like a volume.
It's a data book statement.
Is it a data book? Okay.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like there is some data book statements, like for instance, like Itachi. It's for Itachi. His data book statements are absolutely insane, and it's not true.
Hold on, dude. The data book is backed up by the manga because Hashirama literally confirms the data book is true.
Okay, so with that, all right. So with that logic and that mentality, do you think Itachi literally can protect himself and one shot anything in Naruto? Then, no matter what level of power you are.
Sick
Itachi.
That has nothing to do with that said. That has nothing to do with that said.
No, it does, because literally the statements that are literally indicated with Itachi.
Is this a 1v1 or can I butt in?
What do you?
It's just a general discussion. Like, am I allowed to talk? Because I wanted to say something about the Itachi statement in the data book.
Yeah. You can talk. I just
okay. So yeah, sorry for the thing about that Itachi statement in the data book. When the data book states that Sasuke can one shot anything
Exactly. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
What does it say?
No, I would say like for example, he can't block a Biju bomb because a Biju bomb is an explosion. The explosion would go around his Yadomir. But if you had, I know that Madara can't do that. Well, he could with Sharingan, but he wouldn't in character. If Madara, let's say, could come to Chidori and bashed it in, or Giant Rasengan and bashed it into the Yadomir could take that blow. And if the Totsuka blade were to touch his physical body, the Totsuka blade would seal him. The thing is, when you get to the higher tiers of characters, they're able to actually dodge those. But it is a fact that with his Totsuka blade, Itachi one-shots anyone with his Yadomir. He can withstand any attack that's a one-directional attack. That is true. A good example of this is how he Totsuka blades Nagato. The Edo Itachi is obviously below Edo Nagato to an extent, but he's able to Totsuka blade him because the Totsuka blade is an instant one-shot seal. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, but we do understand in Naruto that seals do have limits, right? Depending on someone's power level, that is relevant.
The Totsuka blade is stated to be able to seal anything, even it's an astral attack. Like it attacks you on a spiritual level. So I would say that no, it bypasses durability for sure.
Yeah,
I would say that
and absolutely, I do agree with that. But what if the character's like fucking Ishiki level, okay, and Ishiki doesn't know that sword, like he doesn't know anything about it, like similar to.
By the time of that statement, that's kind of
irrelevant. Well, no, it is relevant because Ishiki is like on a whole other fucking level compared to Itachi.
You're taking something into account that literally doesn't even exist in the story yet.
Well, no. The reason why is because literally that relates to this battle period with Prime alive Nagato against the weakest version of Madara.
What's that have to do with
what walked into the Totsuka blade on purpose, Ishiki would be sealed, but he would never be hit by that blade. You could also maybe argue that he can absorb it, but that is a different discussion.
So basically, what you're saying is because of that statement from the data books, that it's absolute and that literally no matter how powerful you are, or like from clearly power scaling or whatever, that Itachi wins. Sick Itachi.
That's not what he said.
No,
he said he wins. No, he's literally
Hey, since you all are talking at the same time, I actually can't hear you. Like I'm being honest.
All right, 1 second. The data book isn't saying that Itachi is able to beat anyone. It's that he can one-shot anyone if he can hit them. If he can't hit them, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay, exactly. But what if Ishiki literally didn't know what that weapon was capable of? Orochimaru didn't know that he had that. You know what I mean? And that's why he got hit. He couldn't even react or nothing. It was a caught off guard moment. He was like, "Oh fuck, wait a minute, he has this."
Due to the data book statement, and I think that there's other statements in the manga, at least volume statements, that back up that yes, the Totsuka blade would seal him.
Okay, so but like I said,
I'm just saying,
the reason why I'm bringing this up with the whole ceiling and power level and everything to begin with is because literally there has been demonstrated that literally if you have enough power, you can break out of a seal or it won't be effective on you. For instance, literally when Hashirama does his seal on the Nine Tails full powered, it fucking works, okay, instantly, okay. And then when Pain does his Chubaku Tensei, which the data book statements for that fucking feat alone is pretty out there. But anyways,
it all depends on
when he does that to the Six Tails, with the half of the power of the Nine Tails, it takes for him to whip out 8 Tails and then go straight to Nine Tails in order to break out.
Wait, but you're kind of ignoring
to do with Totsuka blade.
This is a completely different type of seal. Exactly. People are only trying to break out of physical seals. No one breaks out of astral.
Okay, yeah, it can be different, but it's a sealing technique. It's a weapon that seals shit. Well, if it's spiritually, whatever, yada yada, it doesn't matter. It's still a seal weapon.
The Totsuka blade is implicitly stated to be different than other types of jutsu in the sense that it's an astral attack. It bypasses that kind of stuff. Just like if Nagato were to hit someone with the Soul Dragon attack, I'm not even sure if that's canon, But if you were to hit someone with the soul dragon, I would also say they get their soul ripped out. It's just a matter of if that dragon can hit them. If you stood still and you were asleep, pain,
Okay.
not even Naruto, could rip your soul out.
Okay, so
That's only in that circumstance.
So I'm gonna actually pull something up then from basically that statement you just said. So if that's the case, clearly there's an example when he's fighting the 5 Kage, okay, and there's a moment where he kind of pulls an oops, okay, and they get a solid blow to where they potentially could have been able to seal, but they weren't able to, okay, or actually no, that was no that. But all right, no, but hear me out. Like, watch. All right, so that can happen with the 5 Kage, right? Okay, so if that's the 5 Kage, and we're talking about not Nagato, and let's say instead of him using all his abilities, so on and so forth, or better yet, utilizing taking the advantage of Madara not knowing anything about the rinnegan, that he can come back, so on and so forth. Let's say he just right there and then just goes fucking like that suicide move that he did against Hanzo. Okay, so now all those fucking things are going inside of him, and next thing you know, that the soul dragon is coming out. Okay. And Madara, has, either whether if it's the body Susanoo or perfect or whatever, okay, and literally thinks he's not going to be inferior to it, okay, you're saying that even though of how much, like, Madara's chakra level, like, the amount that he has and so on and so forth, like, that won't have any type of, effect or anything, and he's just GG, he gets, sealed? Is that a win condition for Pain? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I agree that if Madara were to be hit, and EMS Madara, let's remind each other that EMS Madara has read the stone tablet and knows about rinnegan abilities.
That's what I'm saying. He's not going to know. Like, he doesn't start getting to that like aspect in that journey until after his death match. Because when he awakens the rinnegan, he's like, "What the fuck is this?" And then he's able to read the stone and get more information.
The EMS is what you need to read the stone tablet in order, and then when you read it with the EMS, it tells you about the rinnegan. Madara left the village because Black Zetsu came to him and told him to read the tablet again. He reads the tablet, finds out this new information in the Eye of Immune plan, and that is what makes him leave the village.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Once again, I'm not talking about like that exact timestamp Madara. I'm talking about an EMS Madara with only the perfect Susanoo, meaning like the one that fought Hashirama when they like literally he only uses perfect Susanoo and Hashirama only uses his wood transformation. That is the Madara that I am talking about. And
so you're saying the one that they fought, the one before the formation of the Leaf Village?
Okay. Yes. Yes. And the reason why is because technically, if you want to be like, if we're being realistic, that is the only way he wouldn't know about the rinnegan to begin with or anything. That's why. Okay. The reason why I was talking about Valley of the End Madara, okay, was just whatever, give him more feats, so on and so forth. But like, then sure, once again, I made it very clear for the conditions of the battle that he wouldn't have any intel or know anything about what the rinnegan is.
I wasn't here for that. Okay, see.
So you're making it even more nerfed than you already was.
I've been doing this the whole time. I swear, it's in the chat, guys. I've been saying this over and over and over and over. And that's why when people were just coming in at certain moments, typing whatever, like, they're just all over because no one was there, like, with everything that I was laying out for conditions. The whole point I'm doing this debate in this situation is to prove that, yes, he could pull a potential W.
Yes, but first you were like, wait. Because first you were.
And you guys already admitted that it would be a W. No, that proves my point.
Okay. So first you were like, okay, Valet of the End Madara, right? That's what we were using and that's what we were scaling. And then now you're saying no. It's
why are you guys saying no? You literally like just before it said yes that he would lose if he got hit by the dragon.
You said. No, I did not say that.
If he lets the dragon hit him, is what I said.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. And the whole reason all that was getting brought up and so on and so forth was because with the whole databook statement, how they're just absolute, so on and so forth. And then I was trying to throw a counter to that if you have enough power, blah, blah, that you could perhaps counter the seal jutsu, yada, yada, yada. And then basically, like, if Madara is in a situation where he doesn't know anything about the rinnegan, so on and so forth, and he literally does that. He summons the Geto statue. He's like, what the fuck is that? And then the blades are going into his back. a fucking spirit dragon comes out of the ghetto statue, okay, and literally launches forward at Madara. What are you talking about? Madara is not going to know that's a fucking spirit soul dragon. He's going to think it's like something trying to just cause physical damage. There's fire dragon jutsu. There's fucking water dragon jutsu. There's all kinds. There's a wood dragon. Like, he's just going to be like, okay, and be confident in his Susanoo, and then gets hit dead.
Not like that at all. You're just missing.
Yo, wait, hold up, Greg. What are you guys talking about right now?
Madara versus Pain, like fucking Madara that fought Hashirama.
But I heard him saying something about Pain using. Wait, hold up. I heard him saying something about Pain or Nagato using like the Soul Dragon.
Yeah.
He only, well, to be honest, I don't think he would even perform that in character because he only does that when Yahiko like literally gets killed. Like he just rages. And
and I know that. Trust me, I get that. But the reason why I'm even for one, like that's in his in his like utility belt of everything he has of all the hats. He could be able to do it because mind you, it's a healthy prime Nagato.
I'm not saying that he can't do it. I'm saying it's not in his character to do it. Right? It doesn't like. It's not something he would employ in battle usually, right? He only does it because
but how about this? How about this? Okay, you saw everything with Pain and Jiraiya, right? And you see everything with Pain and Hanzo and so on and so forth. Like, he literally knows about these characters, so he takes advantage of that, right? He does a little bit of prep, and then he flexes on them, and since they don't know shit about him...
No, against Hanzo, like, it's implied that he just stormed the building and killed all of them, I'm pretty sure, like...
Well, yeah, I know that, but what I'm trying to say is he is aware of Hanzo, he knows what he's capable of. You know what I mean? He knows that he fought the 3 legendary Saiyans, so on and so forth.
What does that do with Madara?
Okay, but that's where I'm getting to. I'm elaborating on that. So the fact that he knows these people, okay, when he fights them, okay, in character, what he's always doing is he always has some type of strategy in place to make sure he's not more than likely not going to lose. Yes, he does it with Jiraiya.
What strategy?
Yeah, I know. I would argue that Pain does, in fact, inflict specific strategies upon specific individuals.
Yeah.
He uses exact same.
I would say it's the opposite. He gets like tunnel vision against Naruto, Jiraiya a lot of times. Like with the smoke jutsus and stuff like that. He gets tunnel vision.
Yeah, and if you look at the Pain, I don't know, it might be different in the manga. I'm remembering the anime, but the anime, the first Pains to attack Naruto are the same ones he sent against Jiraiya, which are like his test Pains.
Yeah.
No. He only does that because he only does that formation because he doesn't have access to.
Okay, but hang on. Like before you guys continue, I'll let you say whatever you want. Like, can I finish my statement real quick? What I was about to say. Why? Like, can I just finish that?
Sure. I was just trying to say though that like. One, I don't think he does that Soul Dragon technique in character, and 2, I don't even think he gets it off because.
Okay, and I get that, but can I explain? Can I explain like what I was like? All right. So the reason why I was bringing that up is literally, okay. Think about it. If this version of Nagato that we're talking about is in the era, of in this era currently, there's not a single ninja that doesn't know about Hashirama and Madara. Can we agree on that?
No, there's actually a good... not even the Kages knew on Madara's full power for one. Kabuto also says some people didn't even consider Hashirama's power like a real thing. Some people thought it was like just made up.
Okay, but they were aware of their presence, right? They were aware of like the shit that they were doing and people were talking about, so on and so forth.
They don't know their ability.
Some people thought it was a myth. Some people thought it was like. Some people thought it was like.
And a lot of the stuff they talk about,
I can explain more.
Yeah, like even with like the rinnegan, like hold up. Even with like the rinnegan as well, like most people, even Kakashi, thought it was like just like a random mutation, like something that's just like.
Okay, no, but that's during like the Naruto arc. I'm talking about the arc where literally Madara and Hashirama are young, like they're adults. You know what I mean? They're finally kind of like working together because after their first big fight, at that point and whatnot, like that is where the war conceded between the Senju and the Uchiha clan. And there was a lot of talk, so on and so forth, because, let's be real, like their fight, Perfect Susanoo against the Wood Transformation, like that was a big fight. I'm pretty fucking sure people are going to hear about it, talk about it, whatever. So like, a good amount of people know.
They didn't know. Wait, no, they didn't.
You're assuming people remembered.
You're assuming they know.
No. So they're not remembered.
Wait, hold up, Greg. You're assuming that they know the context of the fight. Obviously, like we know, or they probably know that they had a fight, right? or they did have like a fight at the Final Valley, but the context of it, no. Like,
no, not Final Valley. That's not what I'm. Okay, guys. So literally, when
talking about the first fight they had in Final Valley, can I butt in for just a second because I have to go in a second. I'm gonna get my last word off. I'm so sorry, Greg.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Just a couple things I want to say. Now that I know the full, because I if you don't remember, I was the guy earlier that was in the chat that I was like, Madara takes Nagato, but he does it mid diff, and everyone else was saying low diff. So if you remember, I'm the one. I'm a Nagato fanboy. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Now the thing is, now that I see what your full setup for this debate was, that Madara goes in without knowledge of the rinnegan and stuff like that, and he can't use the Nine Tails. Now that I see stuff like that, I can see more where you're coming from on this versus battle. Just a couple things I wanted to say is that if you're arguing, I know you're not necessarily arguing with the Madara before the Final Valley, but if you are using that Madara, you could argue that he scales below Final Valley Madara because hatred amps and stuff like that.
Okay,
also,
yeah, you do have a point with that.
Yeah. But then on top of that, a big thing about this is that when it comes to someone like when it comes to the EMS Madara scaling above Edo Madara thing, it's just I see where you're coming from, where you're saying that, like, this interpretation, that interpretation. But I'm almost positive that even in the volume statements, which I'm not familiar with all of them, but I know that there's at least a volume statement that I'm pretty sure it states that. I mean, and this is directly from Kishimoto, states that Madara is a weaker in Edo than he is when he revived. But the big, and just that, and then on top of that, for when people, you need to keep track of who you're arguing with, because a lot of people just jumped into VC and started talking, so they didn't know the full context of the debate, and that I feel like that's maybe why a lot more people.
No, I know that. I thought I was just gonna be debating BRB Sammy. I didn't. Out of nowhere, I got like fucking. I got the Bat family just jumping my ass, so I just went with it. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm having a good time. Whatever.
No,
but...
I was just kind of surprised when you brought up stuff about like things that like he doesn't really do in character, right?
But that's what I'm saying. I was trying to finish what everything I was gonna say and what would happen like in characterization. Like what you could kind of like maybe like visualize in your head if somehow some way this situation was happening. Like if somehow some way Nagato was able to acquire the rinnegan first, and and obviously and all that, and then it comes to here because like I said, we can all agree, and let's be real, if Madara has intel in the rinnegan, there's no fucking way. You know what I mean? Like, he's very intelligent, he's a technician, so on and so forth. If Jiraiya could kind of, come up with some countermeasures and whatnot, so on and so forth, like, yeah, fucking Madara is probably going to take that to a whole other level, and do some pretty big boy moves or whatever. But, like, once again, like, that's why, I was like, saying all that, trying to clarify, but anyways, either way, back to the spirit dragon or whatever, like, so literally, if what I was did, that's what it was. I finally remembered. Sorry. So Nagato is gonna know who Madara is, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because if Nagato, has the rinnegan, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Okay, can we agree that he might have the same mentality of trying to accomplish world peace? Because of how many wars, so on and so forth, and whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Nagato?
so basically, yeah, Nagato.
What?
Yes.
Well, Nagato, like, what do you mean by that? Because Nagato initially wanted to. Well, he is trying to do that, but.
Well, no, he's trying to do that, and then when the shit happens with his best friend and he dies, that's when he like snaps, and then Obito takes advantage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he still wants to create peace.
Ultimately trying to create peace.
Yeah,
exactly.
His method of going about it.
So that's what I'm saying. So basically, what would initiate this is, that's what he's doing, whatnot. Then he hears kind of about Hashirama and Madara, because if you're trying to initiate peace, aren't you going to kind of try to at least be more aware of what's going on around the world, so on and so forth?
No, he doesn't care about that shit at all. In fact, Nagato's only objective, right? It's pretty funny, but his only objective here is to capture all the tail beasts and create an ultimate tail beast weapon, distribute all those tail beast weapons to each of the 5 great nations so they can all feel pain and understand that. And after that, there would be like momentary peace. He doesn't give a fuck about the lore behind the shinobi world, try to reason with them. No, he wants them to feel pain. So then once they feel pain, they don't want to feel that shit ever again.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm not even talking about like that, like direction. Like that's like the evil, you know, like he just doesn't give a fuck, you know, type of piece. Nagato, you know, prophecy or whatever. Before yeah, I'm talking about when he actually wants world peace, and you know he's doing the whole Akatsuki thing, whatnot, and etc. So literally, like, think of Nagato.
Real fast, Greg. For the sake of this argument, you should use Nagato Edo because he has that same mentality and he has regeneration and stuff. So it's just better for this fight for him to be an Edo.
No, and I know that, but the only reason why I wasn't trying to do that and I was trying to do non-Edo is because, you know, if we're really being honest, being alive is a huge fucking amp. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big deal, you know, and like, and so I was trying to just make him, like, you know, power cliff even more. And then with that being said, I was trying to utilize his first original mentality, like, of his goals, to meaning, like, to, like, set up to where, you know, him obviously wanting to figure out a way how to create peace in the world and whatnot. He somehow hears about, you know, hashirama or whatever, Madara, you know, and basically, you know, obviously, like, a lot of people, when they talk about Madara, they're always talking shit, blah, blah, saying, you know, whatever, he's evil, this and that. And then everyone's always talking good, you know, about hashirama or whatever. So, like, he's going to be a little bit concerned with this guy, you know, named Madara because, you know, he was causing a lot of issues, whatever. So then he goes on to look for him. He finds him, okay, just like similar to, like, when Madara found or came across Anuki. How do you say it? Yeah, is that how you say his name? The old guy or whatever, you know? How they come across and you know, they start talking. So similar to like that. And then basically Nagato's gonna you know who he is, whatever. He's gonna know he's a pretty, you know, powerful legend and whatnot, and he's no joke. And really, if we're really being honest, like, let's say if like they're right there and we're being in character, okay, like I don't see the issue of him kind of like fighting whatever this and that, and then basically like if Madara is pressed and forced to go to perfect Susanoo, which will more than likely happen, like, and he sees the fucking thing, sees how fucking powerful it is, you know, and he's like, oh shit, like, and like he's like, maybe I need to just fucking pull my last, you know, trump card or whatever. Then fucking, you know, he does the whole summons the fucking, you know, 10-tail husk or whatever, does the whole process, and then the dragon comes. Madara doesn't know that it's going to be a fucking soul, you know, eating, snatching dragon. It hits Madara, he thinks he can tank it. Though. He thinks he can tank it, and then he dies. Like, that's it, you know?
Madara isn't stupid, though.
Okay.
Because, hold
on.
And the only reason why Hanzo, like, even, like, ran, because literally, yeah, he used the dragon to all those ninjas, and it literally shows their fucking souls just getting snatched away, like, the moment it touches them.
No. Hanzo would have done that regardless, because he's, like, stated by, like, one of, like, the Rain Village Shinobi to be, like, a cautious person, so he would have done it regardless of, like, whether or not he saw it.
If he's stronger than someone, no. If he thinks he's stronger enough to fight him.
It's literally stated that he's cautious, like, regardless of how powerful or how weak his opponent is.
Yeah, but he was gone. Like, he gone. Like, he just left.
I can tell you it. It literally says that he has guards within his building 24/7, and he's cautious even when he's fighting, like, weak people and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't matter how strong.
No, I know that, but then you got, like, the samurai fight where he's like, he didn't think, you know, he was inferior to that guy. Obviously, I'm not saying he's gonna underestimate him or whatever, but, you know, either way, like, he fights him. You know what I mean? He's like, all right, I'm gonna fight this guy, whatever, you know. But, like, with Nagato, when he whips out the ghetto statue, okay, like, I don't think that's going to be enough to make, like, you know, Hanzo be like, oh shit, that's going to be a real threat. He's just going to think it's some type of weird-ass summoning or whatever. And then literally when the dragon comes out of its mouth, he's going to be like, what the fuck? And the moment he saw, like, those people, like, their souls dying and shit, fucking, like, then out of nowhere, like, he's like, yeah, if that touches me, I'm pretty much fucking dead. And then he did the body flicker, and he was gone. Like, just gone. Okay, Madara is not going to have he's not going to have an army right there in front of him, you know, or soldiers with him. He's always by himself because he's an independent person. You know, he believes in his own power, and basically he's not going to know that the dragon, you know, shows in any way that it can, you know, snatch fucking souls. Like, shit, if I was Madara in that situation, even with my intelligence and technician and so on and so forth, if I just see a fucking dragon coming towards me, like, how many dragons that Madara has more than likely seen in the fucking show? I know he knows fire style dragon jutsu, you know, whatever. You know, so it's like he's gonna see it, it comes at him, and then it touches him, and he's dead. You know, like.
Wait, Greg, why would you let a brand new jutsu he's never seen hit him? Like, why would Madara ever do that?
Yeah. No, okay. So, Greg, I agree that if Madara were to let him hit, if that hit Madara, yes, that's a win condition. But hear me out. I think it's much more likely when Madara sees a new jutsu like this, or a jutsu he's not familiar with, he wouldn't approach Nagato with his main body. He wouldn't let it hit his main body. He'd use something like a shadow clone, or he can't use wood clone, but he can still use shadow clones. So he'd use something like a shadow clone and see how that jutsu affects the shadow clone first. There's precedence for this when he does it with particle style and the Minoki.
Yeah, you know, a lot of characters do that. You know, that's Kakashi does that all the fucking time, basically in any fight, whether someone's more stronger than him or not. You know, yeah, I trust me, I get that. Shadow clone, that's what it's for. It's to gauge, you know, tactical information on something you may be like the first time seeing or whatever. But like, freaking now thinking about it, like, I don't know, when we go back to the 5 Kage Summit fight, like, he didn't use shadow clone like immediately on all of them. He's just himself fighting. And then eventually he does use a wood shadow clone, you know, and all that. But like when he's originally just fighting, you know, he sees all their jutsus, whatever, and he's just confident enough to be able to react, fight them, whatever, you know. Like,
because he directly calls them children.
Even Edo.
Yeah,
he
he's
knows for a fact that anything that hits him, he'll be able to regenerate from in that case. Yeah. And again,
because he knows that they're naturally
which he knows that immobilizes him while he regenerates, he purposefully uses a wood clone for that one. So it really depends, because another thing I would like to bring up is that we don't exactly know how the dragon works. So does that attack use chakra? You know, is Madara gonna see the amount of chakra in the attack with the Sharingan?
Well, I don't know about that, because I don't know the exact statement. I'll pull it up if I need to. But with that thing, I'm pretty sure that's like some fucking Death Reaper shit. You know, like that. I don't know. Like they could be some spiritual like. I mean, something like similar to Itachi's Tosca blade. Like that just could be something like that, yeah. You know?
No, what I'm saying, I'm saying that now if it is used, I have two different lines of logic here. All right. If it does use chakra, you could argue that it uses a massive amount of chakra, enough for Madara to think he has to substitute out.
Yeah.
Or if it uses no chakra, Madara is going to be like, what the fuck? This jutsu doesn't use any chakra. And then that might also cause him to dodge the jutsu. But it really depends. I think that if you take Madara and you take his ability with his knowledge of the rinnegan away, I think it definitely becomes a much harder fight. But I think that you're really downplaying Madara and him in like an unknown quantity. Because another thing about Madara is that when he saw the 5 Kage, he has a Sharingan, and he's such an adept user at it that he's basically able to power scale the Kage immediately and know how far beneath him they are.
So, yeah, the Sharingan's able to see chakra and whatnot, and yeah, I could definitely agree that could allow him to gauge, you know what I mean, like where they're at and whatnot. And not only that,
also, isn't he like the only one who can like tell the difference between a clone and an original?
But if he looks at Nagato and sees how much chakra he has, Nagato's gonna have a fuck ton of chakra, like a shit ton.
And that just gives him even less reason to hold seriously.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I would agree to take him seriously, but see, that's the thing. Like Madara, like when characters are kind of like, for instance, like Hashirama, he's an example. You know, like obviously he takes him seriously, but he still, you know, dances with him and you know whatnot. Like, and then eventually, obviously, will go all full out and try to get the W. But like, in the way Madara is he enjoys the experience and what he can get out of it from fights. That's just how he is. When he fight, you know, especially when he's fighting against Naruto and Sasuke, you know what I mean? Like he can take them serious, you know, at certain moments or whatever, but he's still gonna dance, you know, he's still gonna have fun, you know, say shit, whatever, do this, and just try to gauge more of what they can do. Just he enjoys it, you know what I mean? He likes fighting. You know, same thing with Guy. Like he literally let fucking Guy go into the 8th gate, even though he knew about it and how powerful it was. But he's like, nah, fuck it. I want you to, just to go 8th gate, activate it. Sure, I'll let you do that, and then come at me, bro. Like, let's have a good fucking time, And it's like, the fact that he would do that, like, shit, if I'm Madara and I know the 8th gate, I'm not going to let this guy go in 8th gate that could maybe potentially kill me.
Oh, hold on. Greg. No,
that could just mean that he enjoys fighting to, like, the highest degree, right? Because he is, like, obviously fought, like, Hashirama, who's, like, implied to be, like, the goddess shinobi, ultimate shinobi, stuff like that. So he could just enjoy, like, fighting opponents at such a high level, regardless of the fact that it may actually kill him, So,
right. Yeah. Another thing is his experience with the 8 gates could just be colored by people as strong as Might Guy's dad, who aren't shit.
I don't know, man. Might Guy's dad pulled the 8th gates and he fought all the fucking.
No, he struggled to defeat. He struggled to defeat like the 7 ninja swordsmen who aren't really significant in terms of scaling, at least.
No, I absolutely agree with that. But I think, like, obviously, I know it doesn't show it, so we're basically just assuming.
He only kills 4 out of 7. What do you mean? He only.
No. I'm not denying that. What I'm trying to say is, like, what's it called? Like, it doesn't show more after that. It's the only thing we do know for a fact. But for all we know, he activated it and could not utilize it for nowhere near as long as Guy did in that fight. You know what I mean? So he was only able to kill 4, and then it just kills him, and that's it. Or the amount of pain was just so much for him. He was like, he just couldn't keep going, and then he gets killed and he dies.
Greg, if Might Guy was anywhere near as powerful as 8 gates Might Guy, he would have one-shot all of the 7 swordsmen with the same attack.
Well,
not even like directly.
He wouldn't even need to do his strongest attack, though, man. 8th gate, he could just teleport. They can't react or nothing, and just bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So if he's able to do that, you know what I mean? But he didn't, and he only ended up killing 4. There's no fucking way you can imply that they are fucking fast enough and strong enough to react to an 8th gate user. So he more than likely just couldn't, for some reason, like either just endure the pain, or for some reason it just killed him a lot more faster compared to Guy.
No, because the jutsu, the jutsu already inevitably results in the user's death, right? So once it starts being active, they'll just die.
But that's what I'm saying, So it's like, how the fuck does he only manage to kill 4? You know what I mean? When he's at that broken level.
I need to real fast. One, I don't even think if it's one. I'll start from the beginning. Madara, when it comes to Madara and 8th gate Guy, I think Madara definitely expected 8th gate's Guy to get to the level he did because he could tell how strong Guy was.
Yeah.
Just off the bait.
And Guy went 7th gate. And he was like, this is insulting, but he was able to get the gouge, that power, and he was like, okay, whatever, and he's like, I'm insulted that you didn't show me the red vapor, like, how fucking dare you? So meaning he was already thinking, meant like he, because once again, it's just in character, Madara thinks he's just so fucking powerful and whatnot, that he was like, oh, I'm insulted that you didn't use red vapor, like, bitch, whip that out, and then maybe I'll take you seriously. That's just how he is. He's so arrogant, he's so overconfident.
Greg, you don't actually understand Madara, because if you like look back to every time Madara held back, Madara did not hold back to a point where he got himself in a situation that he couldn't get out of.
That's he did with the 5 Kage. He did.
No, he got out of it. The 5 Kage didn't beat him, so that's not true.
Yeah, here's the thing about the 5 Kage battle is that he handled the 5 Kage really easily. Because if you watch the battle really closely, the only 2 times. No, I only actually think it's 1 time. I think the only time they actually hit Madara is with particle style, and it's because he let it happen on purpose to reveal Hashirama's face on his chest. The second time that he might have gotten hit was when Tsunade punched his Susanoo, but I think that might have been a wood clone.
Yeah.
They also They also do their 5-way attack, and that forced him into using.
Okay, but how about this? Like, literally, can we agree that if Madara literally, you know what I mean, which it would not be in character, went full out, perfect Susanoo, and just instantly kills him, but he didn't? So meaning that we can agree that in character he likes the word quoted to dance. He just really enjoys fighting. And he's like, oh, fuck it. I know I'm so much more powerful than this person, but I want to, actually see what they can do, blah, blah. I'm going to enjoy myself. Like come on, that's right there.
No, I do think that, okay, hear me out. I think that we can all agree, okay, with everyone that was alive at the time of Madara. Okay, I still, even though again Nagato is my favorite character in the entire series, I still think Madara would take this fight. In my opinion, is just how I see it. I'm not even a big Madara wanker. I think certain forms of Obito can beat Madara, but that's a whole other discussion. The thing is that I think that we can all agree that if Madara were to fight Nagato, one, Nagato would do better than the 5 Kage did, and
absolutely,
two, it would be his most impressive fight besides Hashirama. Madara would be impressed with Nagato. Maybe he pushes Madara. I don't personally think he does, but he'd be impressed. We can at least say that. Madara would be like, oh my fucking god.
And he'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? I didn't know someone could be, almost close, to me and Hashirama. Like, okay, this guy, he's up there,
What? Bro, Nagato's not close enough.
I'm not, what I'm saying, he's gonna have a shit ton of chakra, and he's gonna be like, damn, no one besides Madara and Hashirama. Hashirama and Madara, have an insane amount of chakra pool. You know what I mean? Insane amount. No one during that ninja arc is not even close to how much, chakra that they have. But Nagato, with the current, one that we're talking about, he's going to have a fucking lot of chakra.
Not as close as them, though.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Okay, that was the bad way to phrase it. I'll give you that. But he's going to be like, oh, shit, that,
Wait a second. I have to argument this, actually. So we know that Kisame is compared to having base Naruto's chakra, and KCM2, and Kisame has more chakra than Nagato does, because Nagato says so. But Hashirama has more chakra than KCM2 Naruto.
Yes, and that was Edo too. Wasn't even alive, so he probably has even way more alive. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I mean Kisame has more chakra than alive Nagato.
No, okay, real fast. Here, I gotta say something about that. All right, first, when Kisame says that he has the most chakra out of the Akatsuki, but you can argue that Kisame doesn't know the upper limits.
Nagato says it.
Does Nagato say it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't remember that. Well, the other thing I wanted to say was a little bit earlier. I agree that Nagato doesn't scale to Hashirama and Madara at their full strength. But I think it's
wait. Sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off. Did you just say KCM2 Naruto's not on their strength and power?
Yeah.
Nagato.
Okay, Hashirama, I don't know, let me say this. Hashirama at the Valley of the End and Madara at the Valley of the End, they are nowhere near Jubito. Nowhere near Jubito. And the reason why that's relevant is because Jubito is fighting against KCM2 Naruto and his father and Tobirama, and yes, it is. He is literally fighting him.
The thing for Jubito to Naruto is that Naruto the entire line fought Jubito, and the only reason why they won the clash is because Naruto got into Jubito's mind. So Jubito's
okay, but that's not even what I'm going to. The fact that EMS Sasuke, okay, and KCM2 Naruto were even fighting against Jubito at all, which Jubito is stronger than the first Hokage and Madara alive.
They were losing.
Oh, okay, no, okay, yes, but they were still fighting him. Like, if he was,
they had help from the whole alliance.
Okay, yes, I understand that, but they were still fighting him. They literally combined their Susanoo and Nine Tails as one, and literally did like their fucking ability and slammed that shit into him.
James fought heavy Sasuke and got like finesse. Like that doesn't mean anything. You don't have to like be on someone's level to fight them.
Yeah, real fast.
Okay, exactly. So if you apply that towards Nagato, you know what I mean, and with his hack abilities, no intel, so on and so forth, there's no way you can tell me he doesn't pull a W.
What are you talking about?
You guys literally just said, all because KCM2 Naruto, okay, and EMS Sasuke, okay, literally because they can throw hands with Jubito or whatever, that just shows that it doesn't matter if you're not as powerful as them, that you can still fight them. So with that type of logic of you guys admitting to that, why is Nagato different?
In the case of Naruto, Sasuke, and Jubito held back and was still winning. The same thing would happen with Madara.
Okay, and Madara holds back all the time too, which is in character.
Still beat him while holding
Here's
back.
the thing: when you guys are bringing up Jubito and Naruto and Sasuke, so here's the thing: you might be able to imply, on the latter part of that fight,
might.
When he's Jubito, yes, when he's fighting Jubito, he's using. I think at the point where he's actually like damaging Jubito, I think Jubito.
Sage mode is the only thing that can damage it. By the way,
he also doesn't have the God Tree anymore.
KCM2 Sage mode is where I would argue that Naruto surpasses Hashirama. Is at that point you could say he surpasses Hashirama because
surpasses base Hashirama.
Oh, okay, but that's interesting. Okay, but that's interesting because Edo Madara literally admits that Jubito is stronger. Literally a quote from him. He's like, "Oh shit, I need to watch out for that guy."
As well.
Okay, and yet now you're saying this version of Naruto surpasses Hashirama in base. Okay, but like.
Like,
do you see the triangle that I'm creating? Like this isn't really supporting you guys. This is just aiding pain even more.
This has nothing to do with pain.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Not at all.
Yeah. And here, yes.
Yes, it does, because clearly Jubito is more powerful than Sasuke and Naruto, yet they're fighting him. They don't get blitzed. They don't get immediately one shot. Like, what do you mean?
They're still losing. They're fighting, but still losing.
It doesn't matter if they're losing. They're still fighting him.
What does that to do with Naruto?
What does that mean?
What that means is the fact that if Nagato, meaning he should be able to still fight Madara, and in character, Madara is not going to be going completely full out unless he's pressed to do that, because that is also in character. Okay.
Has not one thing that would take
yes, he does. He can absorb his perfect Susanoo. He can literally snatch his.
Prove that.
The Susanoo is chakra. What do you mean? Prove that?
Wait, how much chakra can he absorb?
He absorbed all the 8 tails transformation. He absorbed all the chakra off Killer B and went from white hair Nagato to immediately prime red hair Nagato and immediately starts shitting on KCM1 and Killer B.
We can probably say that given enough time, he could, but it depends on how quickly he can absorb.
It was immediately. A full power 8th tail host, perfect in Judiki, and uses like the bone transformation. He absorbed it immediately, and BB's like, "Oh shit! Like what the fuck?"
Wait, hold up. You keep saying immediately, but it does take like obviously a significant amount of time.
It doesn't though. The anime, it happens like literally, I guess, in 5 seconds. That's all it takes, and that's it.
Yeah, 5 seconds in a fight is detrimental.
Either way, if you're absorbing the Susanoo, a perfect Susanoo, it's gonna change from the perfect. Okay, you can't say it won't. That it's gonna change it from perfect to a body version now. Like that immediately negates his perfect Susanoo now.
Greg. Wait, hold up, Greg. You're acting like 5 seconds isn't like a big deal in a fight when that could literally be detrimental, right? 5 seconds could be like much faster for like.
Okay, but why would Nagato not do that? Why not just get that power? And not only that, when he absorbs chakra, okay, it also heals him and it also enhances his power as well, which is shown with the fight with Killer B and Naruto. So, like, if he does it to Killer B, who's you know what I mean? Like, I know you guys know I'm saying it over and over, but like, is an ace tail full powers, okay? And you guys remember like the 8th tail like QB bomb, you know, in comparison with the half the power of the 9 tails QB bomb, you know? So like, regardless, like it's a lot of fucking chakra, you know. That's what I'm trying to say. And the fact that he can take that away in literally about what, maybe 3 to 5 seconds. You know, like, it's gonna affect EMS Madara. Okay, it's perfect Susanoo.
It takes a significant amount of time for him to do it, regardless of the fact that he's able to do it. I don't think he would be able to absorb all of EMS Madara's perfect Susanoo chakra.
All I'm saying is if he starts to absorb it, that's just gonna benefit Nagato regardless.
What?
If he starts absorbing it, it's gonna benefit Nagato regardless. That's what the issue
my point is, right? If he even tries to do that, it's going to take a significant amount of time, and he could just fucking die before he's able to even complete it, right? Because we know
he can't. That's the thing. He cannot. He has all the abilities of pain.
Greg, you have to understand that, like, even like 5 seconds or 3 seconds in a fight is like detrimental. Like when Naruto fought Pain towards the end, it's like stating the volume cover that he has to be like absolutely perfect pretty much, and like even like one small mistake could like, you know, cause him to like lose and stuff. So like even like a small mistake or even like 3 seconds or 2 seconds could be like detrimental for Nagato. Right?
All I'm saying is literally Nagato is pretty much completely useless, and Killer Bee blitzes him because of it. And when Killer Bee blitzed him with the lariat, okay, of the 8th tail, it was all 8 tails that were out, and it was the bone, which is out, which that's also like if you compare like a QB, you know what I mean, like just QB chakra, and then compare it to the QB with the bones come out or whatever, we can all agree that's a bigger amp, okay, with the tail beast transforming. But anyways, what's it called? So he's at the fullest amount of an amp, and blitzes Nagato, and Nagato takes the hit and just absorbs it, and literally absorbs it from getting hit, and heals himself and gets all that power, and then he just starts shit stopping like just both of them.
But why do you think he can take a hit from Madara? Like what? The fuck?
If Madara slams his sword down, okay, or better yet, if he's able to touch Madara Susanoo, which he can, I strongly believe he can with all the tools that he has in this fight. The vision, everything, abilities, the ghetto statues, so on and so forth, the paths of pain that are all like Jinchuriki host as well. So on, like with all that into consideration, if he touches the Susanoo, he's going to absorb it. It's going to affect the transformation as well.
Fucking like cuts him in half. Like what? You understand that like his absorption jutsu with the Preta path, right, requires him to actually be like in physical contact with it, right? So like he has to actually physically touch it, so he can just be like cut in half before
it can touch any part of his body. If it's Nagato, it could be any touch. And the reason why that is proven is because when he has Killer Bee and Naruto like locked and trapped, okay, Naruto does one of his arms and tries to hit him with like a fucking Rinnegan or whatever, and it hits his forehead, and his forehead is absorbing the fucking Rinnegan.
Yeah, that's also contingent on like him having reactions.
And okay, but think of this, like, and not only that, think of this, fucking the weaker pains of paths were absorbing Sage Mode Rising Shuriken, okay? Like, absorbing moves along that caliber, like, absorbing, you know, like, it can literally, like, it absorbs any type of chakra, you know, or ninjutsu. Like, that's a big fucking deal. And the fact that Nagato can do that from anywhere around his body, I strongly, you know, and having enough, you know, and he's enhanced overall to begin with, I'm pretty fucking confident that he's going to be able to absorb the Susanoo.
Craig, you're also missing the context of that Killer Bee scene, because due to the fact that Nagato's in a weaker state, which means he's not at full power, meaning there's more room for him to get
okay, but that supports him.
Wait, hold on. In the modern scenario, if he's already at full power and full chakra capacity, you cannot prove that he can absorb the perfect Susanoo and take in all that chakra in his body can still handle that. Like, you can actually.
Well, so that chakra absorption is essentially stated to be endless.
Yeah, it's infinite. Like, he can just do it all day, every day. Like, there's like Delta, like, she's a little different because she's an android. So, like, I know that's, you know, different. There's a lot of gray areas, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, like, can we agree that, like, since she is an android and it's Boruto era, that she should be able to technically be better in absorbing? Would you guys agree with that or no?
Wait, but where would the chakra go though when Nagato absorbs it? Like,
it goes directly into him. When that's what happens in the fight. When he absorbs it, it literally heals him, and it also makes him more powerful.
Greg, that means there's a limit to it because not everyone can handle the same amount of chakra.
He literally says Killer Bee has too much chakra. He literally says Killer Bee has too much chakra.
No, Kisame says that, not Nagato.
Yeah,
oh, okay, that's my bad.
Or the perfect Susanoo while already at full power and be able to handle all of that.
Once again, like I said, that's a really big. That's really reaching, in my opinion, because like I said, the only time it shows that it's like that it could, you know, have a limit or whatever when it comes to absorption, which, remind you, is not the same. It's not the path ability that she's using, Delta. It's just like somehow I don't know everything about Boruto, but she's not utilizing the path ability. She's absorbing it with something else, similar to Jigen, how he can absorb stuff with the karma. Okay, it's totally different ways of absorbing.
Naruto's irrelevant. Stop bringing up irrelevant stuff. I'm saying that it is shown in the series that if you take into the chakra in your body, and there's a limit to how much chakra you can take in your body, you can't actually assert that he could absorb the whole perfect Susanoo and be able to handle all that chakra in his body.
Yes, he could. He absolutely could. Because of the rinnegan, all the amps that he has, absolutely he could be able to absorb.
Why can he handle that much chakra? Why can he handle that amount of chakra?
Okay, why could he handle the amount of the chakra the eighth tail had at that point? Or why could Kasame absorb all that chakra with one swing? Or better yet, like if absorbing chakra that makes you stronger is such a bad thing.
Kasame's not the same as Nagato. Focus on the subject. Why can Nagato do it, not Kasame?
No, I never said Kasame. Kasame does do it. He demonstrates that feat as well with his sword.
Why can Nagato do it to Madara's perfect Susanoo? Answer the question.
The reason why a Nagato can be able to do that to Madara's perfect Susanoo is because the perfect Susanoo is chakra itself.
No, why can he handle that much chakra? There is a limit to the amount of chakra you can take in all at once. We literally see this at the end of the war arc. When Madara's turning into Kaguya, they said he's absorbing a bunch of chakra and his body's swelling up, about to explode. There's a limit to the amount of chakra you can take in all at once. So why can Nagato...
Okay, but see, this is a thing. You're literally saying why he can, and that I need to prove why he can be able to handle that much chakra. Yet literally there is no statement, there is literally no exact amount that you could technically know, like mathematics wise or whatever. Like if you're really trying to get into the specifics, of things, like you're literally asking how we all can be able to know how much chakra any character in Naruto could be able to contain. Like what kind of question is that? Like that doesn't make any sense.
It just sounds like you can't prove that Nagato can actually absorb the entire person.
No, I can prove that because he demonstrates that ability against Killer Bee.
No, but that's a weakened Nagato, so he's already in a weakened state. So he's
exactly. So Nagato would be more stronger if he's alive. So meaning he would have even more of a bigger chakra pool.
How much chakra does version 2B have in comparison to the perfect Susanoo? Does he have more or less?
Okay, if you're asking, like, if Killer Bee has more chakra than EMS Madara, okay, if that's literally what you're asking and what dictates why Nagato literally can't absorb his perfect Susanoo because of that, I need you to prove to me whenever Pain is fighting, in general at all, with all the fucking Sage Mode Rising Shurikens he absorbed, and so on and so forth, why he was able to be able to have all that chakra inside of him then.
How much chakra does this?
I need you to show me that it actually negatively impacted the Pains or Nagato. Because never does it show or illustrate or emphasize that is a weakness of that ability. You're assuming a weakness of his absorption, and that's just an assumption.
Right, that's not the argument. The argument is that chakra goes into you. There's a limit.
Okay, but see, I'm not arguing about chakra. I'm not arguing about the limits. I didn't even bring that up.
No, but
the only thing that I brought up was that
chakra, there's a limit. It is literally shown that you cannot take a bunch.
Okay, and it's very, very hard to dictate the exact limitations or the exact amount depending.
Or the perfect Susanoo.
Okay, because for instance, if we're talking about War Arc, everyone's fucking chakra levels are fucking everywhere. Like, if you're talking about a Kakashi that immediately says, "Oh, I'm out of fucking chakra" before the War Arc, then this motherfucker is literally fighting the ninja swordsman and fighting then fighting Tail Beast with Guy, then fighting fucking Obito, then fighting Madara and Obito, then fighting the 10-tailed beast, so on and so forth. Like, these characters are just out of nowhere miraculously getting all these crazy ass chakra pool capacities. So what you're really saying is really fucking reaching, first off, and second, because characters literally can be all over the place, and there's certain times where you can't exactly prove like where people are at certain points.
How does that apply to Madara?
All right, y'all. So based on this, like, my assumption has essentially been fulfilled. So I'm gonna leave. I've learned everything I need to.
Bro, I'm about to want to get a point in real quick. Go ahead.
So you ain't got no evidence, no proof that Nagato has a limit at all on his chakra absorption. So do you concede to the fact that since you have absolutely no evidence that that point is moot?
I don't concede with anything. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't even agree with what you're portraying.
I can easily dismiss it without any evidence.
Well, no, I can't prove it. I can prove all the times pain has absorbed chakra, and never ever did he say that, oh, if I keep absorbing this much chakra, like, if you can't prove it, you're asking me to prove something you can't even approve. Like, you're making an assumption. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And you're the one that brought that up, but yet you're asking me to prove that it can happen. All I said, the only statement that I said that I believe Nagato can be able to do is literally absorb his perfect Susanoo, that is a potential possibility.
Prove that he can absorb that much chakra. Prove he can absorb that much condensed chakra, especially Madara's perfect Susanoo.
Okay,
he can do it.
Okay, one perfect example, okay? You know how much chakra KCM2... One perfect example is, you know how much chakra KCM2 Naruto has? EMS Sasuke, yet they're still able to fight fucking Jubito, and Jubito clearly has a way more fucking... and has a way more bigger, like, chakra pool. And then literally next... And then next thing you know, like, fucking, they're just, throwing hands, whatever, and then Naruto does his talking to jutsu, and that's how they're able to pull it out. Okay, it doesn't even, like, it doesn't matter. Like, literally, all because someone could tremendously have more chakra than you, whatever, which technically in this case, Nagato, okay, is way up there, okay?
You gotta stay on track. The arguments about chakra
your circular logic is crazy.
No. Like, first, I never bought the argument about this whole chakra thing. Like, that's something that you're just bringing whipping out of the ass, and literally you have no proof to dictate that absorbing chakra actually weakens you when it is clearly stated in the fight with Killer Bee and Itachi that when he's absorbing the chakra, that it's literally healing him and making him more powerful. Never does the creator of Naruto indicate that it can make you weaker.
Wait, Greg, that's not the argument. The argument isn't absorbing chakra makes you weaker. There's a limit to chakra absorption. So can you prove that Madara's perfect Susanoo? If you're asserting that Nagato can absorb the whole thing, can you prove that the perfect Susanoo is below the limit to his chakra absorption?
Yeah, provide evidence he's absorbed that much chakra.
And they're really stretching, that's what it is. But anyways, what's it called? So literally what you're trying to do, because I have proven over and over that Nagato is definitely has the potential to be able to pull a W, okay, on the weakest version of Madara. Out of fucking nowhere, now you're bringing up the concept of chakra, and to prove that yes, because that's relative to Pain's ability, and he literally spams that throughout the entire show, and literally can absorb as much as possible. Never ever is, like, for instance, Itachi, like, how smart he is, never ever does he fucking talk about, oh, there's a limit to absorption, and that's gonna cripple Nagato, whatever. Just keep spamming ninjutsu attacks at him or whatever, and then he'll die. Like, I don't know why this is even relevant to this fight. It's not even relevant. It doesn't even matter, okay? And the reason why it's not relevant, okay, another win condition, you guys already admit that the dragon, like, fucking, if it touches him, it kills him, right? Okay, no, this isn't relevant. It's not relevant, okay? And literally, the win condition, I'm gonna say, another one perfectly, okay, is the fact that this Madara doesn't have any intel at all with the rinnegan, so on and so forth, whatever, okay, that is going to give him the element of surprise. That is going to be able to give him to have a very strong offense against him. And with Madara in character of acting arrogant, overestimating himself, Nagato is more than capable. Okay, but anyways, if Nagato summons Chubaku Tensei, okay?
The best win condition. Madara will literally break out the Chubaku Tensei. You can literally scale him above it.
Okay, so you're saying that a Nagato that literally is alive, Prime, has Rinnegan, okay, so on and so forth, way more fucking powerful than Pain, okay? The Tendo Pain. And mind you, Tendo Pain is exhausted and fatigued.
What's the Chubaku Sensei's best feat? Just, like, say it.
Yeah, that's what I'm literally doing, but I keep getting cut off. So
no, just go straight to it because you keep on doing all this exposition. Like,
well, no, the reason why I have to say it is because it even emphasizes on the argument of how crucial and important it is and how much of a difference it makes.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
why I am saying this.
How strong is Chibaku Tensei? Just answer the question.
Okay, so literally, Chibaku Tensei, when it literally is sealing the Six Tails Naruto with half the Kyuubi power, it takes the literally the Kyuubi to literally go into 8 tails and whip out 9 tails to break out of it. Okay, and remind you, this is a pain that's extremely exhausted and fatigued, that is tremendously, and I mean absolutely tremendously, weaker than a live prime healthy Nagato.
So how strong is a live
So if you take that into concept, okay, and if he was to apply that technique on Madara as well, okay, like at that point, that more than definitely, you can most definitely argue that it could be able to seal Valley of the End EMS Madara. And yes, because another feat as well that Tendo Pain has done with a basic almighty push, he one-shotted all of the frogs. And Gamabuta is able to fight against a full power Nine Tails. Okay.
Gamabuta's weaker than Shikaku. Gamabuta sucks.
Okay, he's weaker than Shikaku, yet literally fucking slams his ass on fucking the Nine Tails face, and Minato literally asked him to hold him down there for a little bit while I do something. That's a big fucking strength feat. You need obviously a lot of power to hold a full power Nine Tails.
Greg, that is just a lifting strength feat. If you understand, lifting strength doesn't scale to AP. Those are 2 different categories. That's irrelevant. Gamabuta's literally
He doesn't even know the hit and miss technique though.
No, I'm pretty sure there's an instance where Gamabunta's even struggling against like Pain's replicating dogs as well, but I might be wrong.
Yes, exactly, and that even supports Pain. His dogs literally can spread infinite. No. You're literally bringing up an even more like better point. The dogs literally are immortal, and every time they get attacked, they split into clones, and that dog is relative to Gamabuta.
So the thing about Nagato is that I agree Madara definitely scales above Nagato. The perfect Susanoo can break out the Chibaku Tensei 100%. I agree.
Agreed.
I think what he's having such a problem with the thing is that it's really hard to scale a live Nagato. You can't even hard scale Edo Nagato. He's unquantifiably above KCM1. There's no way to scale him to anything else. We just know he's above KCM1. He's definitely below. Who said Cat?
So no, I said okay, but can I just bring up a point?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
How would he like how would he beat Suigetsu though? Like I don't.
Merge Suigetsu got one shot by Geeky. I don't know like what you're talking about.
Like application technique.
No, like that's like a full power like Suigetsu if anything, because he's like merging with water.
Okay, how about this? Hey, no. I have a question. I have another question because you guys think he breaks the Chibaku Tensei or whatever. Okay, fine. It literally, how about this? Okay. With this level of Nagato and how powerful he is, if he uses a almighty push, you don't think that would be strong enough to break his Susanoo?
No. KCM Naruto survived the almighty push. It's not that strong. How strong is the almighty push?
Okay, the almighty push, once again, can negate literally any fucking ninjutsu. Okay, and also one-shotted, okay, all the fucking toads, made them fly across the village far shit miles away and broke all of their bones, okay, in one hit, and that was a basic almighty push.
Those toads are below the Shawnee. The toads are not relevant to the conversation.
Okay, you cannot say Gumabuta, okay, does not count, yet Minato is clearly utilizing him to aid in the fight of the full power Nine Tails. How are you going to say he doesn't matter or is not irrelevant?
Greg, you don't know where Gamabuta scales. Gamabuta...
clearly I can't say because it's happened.
Hold on real quick. Gamabunta is around Manda level. Manda is confirmed below Orochimaru. It's literally stated by Kabuto. during the signing battle.
Once again, I literally don't care. Bottom line is, Gabuta, he sat on the Nine Tails and he held him down. That's it. It's simple as that. He literally sat on his ass and while farting on his face, okay, and literally was holding down a full-powered Nine Tails. Like, I don't know what's so difficult to comprehend about that.
Greg, you're not running away from the argument.
I'm not running away from the argument. You can't debunk that feat. It happened, and that is extremely impressive. It's a full power Nine Tails. That reminds you guys are constantly always relating Valley of the End Madara to as well.
Okay, literally what happened, Yamabuta is relative to Manda level. Manda is confirmed below Orochimaru level. When Kabuto says that if Manda figured out that Orochimaru was weakened, he would fight him. Which implies Orochimaru, who is Jiraiya level, Asani level persons above Manda. Manda and Yamabuta are trash. Yamabuta is just heavy.
Okay, you're saying they're trash, yet he was summoned to fight the Nine Tails. And clearly was able to be a crucial element in the fight.
He never fought the Nine. Did he even damage the Nine Tails? Show him damaging the Nine Tails.
Yeah, Greg, he just sits on the Nine Tails. That's like literally.
Yeah, and he's holding down a fucking bloodlusted fucking full power Nine Tails.
What do you mean?
Lifting strength and AP are two different categories. That's lifting strength, not AP. That doesn't mean he would actually damage him or fail to his attack.
Lifting strength doesn't correlate with striking strength.
When am I saying that it correlates with striking strength? All I am saying that he clearly has the strength to hold down a full power Nine Tails, which happened, okay, on the manga and in the anime as well. And the anime even shows him fucking reacting, okay, and being in front of the full power Nine Tails. Like, I don't understand what you guys are even trying to bring up with this to this point. And you're literally saying a creature is weaker, but yet he is clearly equivalent in the fight of the Nine Tails.
He's literally below Jiraiya.
Wait, Greg, you have to understand, Greg, that, like, Jiraiya is, like, below, or implied to be below Sage Naruto, and Naruto can't even hurt, like, a 50% Kurama when he's, like, training and stuff with his, like...
Okay, first off, Naruto... No, I'm gonna correct you there. First off, Naruto in Sage mode fucking summoned hundreds of clones and slammed a fucking barrage of massive Rizengans, fucking, on a half-powered Nine Tails, okay, full transformation. And then not only that... fucking is throwing Seijar Rising Shurikens and keeping and half-powered fucking Nine Tails on the fucking ground. Like, he's fucking flexing on the guy.
Significant damage towards him, like...
And literally Pain fucking neglects that with a basic-ass almighty push instantly.
No, that's a stronger Naruto. Why are you using that? That's a much stronger Naruto.
It's like a stronger Naruto. Also, it makes no sense to say that Gamabunta is above, like, Pain when Pain, like, one-shot Gamabunta. But isn't
the point is, Greg, is that, like, Sage Naruto should be, like, above Gamabunta, and he can't even...
You guys literally cannot even bring power into this because, once again... I've already talked with the whole concept, and you guys even agreed that all because someone's more powerful doesn't mean a character can't fight them, okay? And
he would still lose. It doesn't matter.
No, he would not lose because literally Nagato has so many hack abilities, and he also literally has one-shot abilities he could do to Madara, and he can't be killed.
What one-shot ability?
The soul-snatching ability... Chupaku, the sealing ability most definitely can arguably be able to seal Madara, okay? And also his almighty push most definitely, arguably, could be able to cause and break the Susanoo. If Tsunade could do it, Nagato could do it fucking too. Being prime, healthy, rinnegan Nagato with all those amps.
Who's Nagato's the strongest Tsunade?
They did not just say that.
He can't.
You're literally saying no. You're literally did you literally just say prove that he's stronger than Susanoo?
Yeah, prove it.
Answer the question.
He said Tsunade, yeah, prove that Nagato's the strongest Tsunade.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't seen you prove
okay,
it.
Then why did the weakest okay, no. Why did the weakest Tendo Pain, remind you, who is also fatigued, okay, and nerfed, literally sent the robot Pain to finish Tsunade off if she was so much of a threat.
That's a weakened Tsunade that just got done healing the entire college.
Now I have Greg muted. I'm not sure if he can hear me, but I muted him because I can't hear everyone else over him. But we can agree that the chaotic Shinra Tensei should be able, not maybe kill, but should be able to at least knock back Tsunade and 100.
No, we're talking about Tsunade's punching force. He can't scale Nagato to it. Because he just keeps making
scale Nagato's punching force to it, is what you're saying?
No, you can't scale like Shinra Tensei or anything like that to like how strong Tsunade's punches are. You literally cannot do that. And he just claimed Nagato was stronger for no reason.
Hey, Greg, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Greg, is EMS Madara over Ninetales?
Are you saying EMS Madara is stronger than the Ninetales?
Yes, is he still above the Ninetales?
What's it called? He could definitely be able to fight against the Ninetales, but I wouldn't say he...
No, he would cut the Ninetales.
He would not cut the Ninetales. If it was that simple, he would beat him into submission. Instead, he controlled him with his MS. He controlled him with MS and literally was using him as a pet because that was the only way he could contend with Sage Mode, Wood Transformation, Hashirama.
Listen. Is he relative to Madara? I mean, Hashirama.
Yes. What?
Hashirama doesn't even need to fight him. He just seals him.
Listen, Hashirama.
And has Wood style that is a counter for Tail Beast. Madara does not have that. The only thing Madara...
Are you gonna talk over me the whole time while I'm trying to explain something?
Could you ask me a question I'm trying to answer and then you immediately start responding?
You didn't. You're trying to talk around it.
I'm explaining. You're asking me a question, so I'm explaining.
Let's talk. Look, I asked if Madara was comparable and relative to Hashirama. Yes or no?
Okay. There's literally no and yes. It depends on the variables. He's not exactly. Hashirama beats him every fucking time in any competition, over and over and over. Every time he beats him. That doesn't support you. He loses to Hashirama every time.
Yeah, but use relative.
Yeah.
Okay, and Gamabuta is relative to the full power Ninetales, and your point.
We've debunked this many times.
Okay, so meaning if he wasn't, Minato would have summoned him, and the Ninetales would have fucking burped, and Gumabuta is dead. Okay?
Greg, can you stop? Greg, I'm gonna give you conversation. Every time someone asks you a question, you jump to a completely different topic.
Bro, can you let me finish? So let's just agree he's relative to Hashirama. Hashirama, right? Sheer force was able to suppress the Ninetales. Alright, so I don't know why you keep talking around Madara not even being above the Ninetales because you're just bringing up his Sharingan. But he's above the Ninetales. And Pain's Shinra Tensei, Chibaku Tensei, couldn't even seal half of a Ninetales. So how is he going to seal EMS?
Yes, it did seal the Ninetales. It took for literally half of them.
No, he didn't.
Yes, it did. He sealed 6 tails. Yes, listen, can I finish? He literally sealed 6 tails Naruto, and it took for 8 tails to come out to break out of it. And also to then eventually turn to 9 tails, and he's coming out of the fucking rock and breathing fire. Okay, and it's showing that the transformation is literally about to be final, and bam, he's out. Okay, and remind you, this is an exhausted, fatigued Pain. And you guys are heavily forgetting that. And we are talking about a prime Rinnegan double I Nagato. With the ghetto statue, with the Pass of Pain that are Jinchuriki Beast, okay? All these things. And you're acting like that literally does nothing for Nagato.
You keep on doing this.
Sano was equal to the Ninetales, and Naruto only had half the Ninetales.
Wait, hold on real quick. Can you provide that Nagato would ever, in any form, be able to seal the full Ninetales? Focus on that. Could you ever prove that?
Absolutely. Full power Nagato, yes, absolutely. if an exhausted and fatigued Pain could do it, at least half power Ninetales, definitely he could pull that feat off. I even believe Edo could pull that feat off. As a matter of fact, actually, if we're really being honest, no, Edo could. He literally did it.
I'm going to argue for Meg real fast, because I think I can argue his point better than him. I don't think you can prove Nagato seals half Ninetales, but I think you can definitely say that this Nagato we're talking about, is far enough above Tendo Pain to where maybe he would definitely be able to seal half the Ninetales, but he can't say that about the full Ninetales.
But there's a problem with what he's arguing, though. There's a problem with what he's arguing, and the problem is that his hypothetical Nagato, he has zero evidence or proof for literally anything he's arguing, i.e. him absorbing a perfect Susanoo from Madara.
Susanoo is chakra.
My only thing about the
Nagato can absorb chakra.
I don't think he can absorb the Susanoo, but if we're using databook statements, I think it does state that it's a bottomless pit. But then also, I would argue that he wouldn't be able to absorb the Susanoo fast enough, and he'd get hit by it anyways, because he can't absorb it fast enough to avoid getting hit. So it doesn't matter.
Madara is nowhere near tremendously that much fucking stronger and faster than this Nagato. And I've already explained that to you guys. You guys asked, and I explained that already. And if you want me to explain it for the third time, I can do that.
So you're claiming Nagato to KCM2 level? Like, why are you assuming that, like...
The reason why, okay, is because literally Edo Madara that is far enhanced than EMS Valley Madara, okay, is literally scaling to KCM2. Yes, he is. He is absolutely stronger than the other version.
The databook scan saying that EMS is above Edo. Drop that argument. The databook literally contradicts what you're saying.
Okay, so all right. So how about this? I'll do a better one for you. I'll do a better one for you. Jubito beats Hashirama and Madara. Okay, and KCM2 and Sasuke are fighting Jubito.
Okay.
Even Minato is fighting Jubito. Even the second Hokage, trash fucking Squirtle, is fighting Jubito. Okay, you know, and you're literally gonna say that Madara is just so much powerful that he just can't be beaten.
Greg, stop ignoring the context at hand.
I'm not ignoring the context at hand. I am debunking what you guys are saying.
The context with Jubito is that Naruto plus Sasuke plus Minato plus Tobirama plus Hashirama's wood clone plus the whole entire alliance fought Jubito, and the only reason why they won is because Naruto was inside of his head and messing with him. Jubito is above the entire alliance, even when grouped together.
Okay.
So this shit is completely irrelevant.
Okay, and Madara, okay, versus fighting this Nagato, is you can most, I know because you're gonna agree. Okay, you said it over and over. Okay, technically it would scale higher than Nagato, but with Nagato's abilities, hacks, so on and so forth, the rinnegan and everything, that will make it more than enough to allow him to be able to utilize his attacks and abilities and make it effective. Yes, it would.
No, okay, this is the problem with your argument. First of all,
there's no issue with the argument.
You start off by wanking Nagato, then downplaying Madara, then you also downplay Madara's intelligence, talk about things like the Soul Dragon without any precedent that Madara would let himself be hit by a jutsu he's completely unfamiliar with at all. So all your scenarios.
I actually did explain that. No. I actually did explain that with the whole 8th Gate guy situation. I definitely did explain that.
What guy situation?
The 8th Gate guy situation, he's clearly aware of what the 8th Gates are, and he still allows him to go into it because in character he wants to dance and he wants to fight more than likely the strongest taijutsu user. Okay, no, it relates to your argument because you're literally saying that Madara wouldn't do that and he would take the attack seriously. You literally, all because he doesn't know what something is.
Stop strawmanning me. My argument is that a jutsu he is completely unfamiliar with. It's never shown in character that he would let himself get hit by something he's completely unfamiliar with. Then you start arguing about the 8th Gates, which he is familiar with. Stay on track. The argument is that it's never shown in character. He lets himself get hit by a jutsu that he has never seen before. All your win cons are either
and once again that is irrelevant because Madara technically with rinnegan and everything pretty much knows about almost all fucking jutsus and all that stuff. Like that.
So does Madara know everything?
Like he knows about 8th Gate. He knows about he's in the Hidden Leaf Field. Like he's very, very, very highly aware of pretty much all the jutsus that are out there. Okay, so the one that he's gonna see with the dragon thing and everything, yeah, that's gonna catch him off guard, and he's gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?" Okay, but it doesn't mean that he wouldn't potentially use his Susanoo to try to tank the dragon. You cannot say that he would 100% just want to dodge it. Like that's just assuming.
Why would he tank the dragon? Why would he do that?
Okay, because he's literally overconfident that his perfect Susanoo can tank anything. If it can literally tank a full power QB bomb, okay, from the hand of a wood transformation, you think a fucking little dragon, he's gonna be afraid of that?
I already disagreed the argument. When is that shown with an unfamiliar jutsu?
Once again, there is literally never a point where Madara is not unfamiliar through all the fights that happen in Naruto, okay? And you're trying to use that as a statement and as something to support your argument, okay? And the only reason why this time Madara is not aware of the fucking dragon ability or soul snatching or whatever, or the abilities of the Paths of Pains, okay, is literally because he doesn't even know what the fuck rinnegan is yet.
Answer the question.
Okay? And you're assuming that Madara would just move and get out of the way. But in character, Madara heavily utilizes his perfect Susanoo, or just the body of Susanoo, okay, to defend himself against attacks.
Hashirama fight, he literally gets the
When does he do that to an attack he has never seen before?
Okay, once again, that doesn't happen because he learns everything. He can't. I have already answered you. You're not listening. Okay, you're literally asking when Madara, okay, has gone against a jutsu he did not know about. You're right. It never fucking happened. But the reason why is because the reason why this is happening now is because he doesn't know what the rinnegan is. Are you stupid? Well, what does that even mean? That doesn't fucking support you in any way. All because a character doesn't know what an ability fucking does? Boo fucking who? Like, I don't know where you're getting. Like, you're literally repeating the same fucking thing. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Kabuki. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, answer you because you gotta shut the fuck up. You answered the question already. It has never been shown that Madara would see a jutsu he has never seen before in his life and allow himself to get hit by taking it or standing there or whatever. You can never prove that, so stop arguing the bullshit.
Actually, I can prove something. Madara absorbed Naruto's Rasen Shuriken, and he didn't sit there and tank it, so...
Yeah, exactly, but you're right. Fucking, whatever. And literally Madara, okay, and that is a jutsu, actually. No, and another thing, that is a jutsu that Madara is seeing for the first fucking time, because literally when he sees that, he's like, what the fuck is that, okay? And literally absorbs it, and he's like, too much energy, okay? And that is technically a jutsu that Madara saw for the first fucking time.
But that's him tanking it. That's him avoiding it. Yeah, he didn't tank it. He used absorption.
Exactly. And does he have absorption? Does he have absorption right now? No, he does not have absorption. Nagato has that fucking ability. Okay. So with that being said, the only thing Madara could do is either move out of the way or use his Susanoo to tank it.
Okay, then
that is all he could be able to do.
That's not the argument. The argument is he used absorption.
So he avoided blocking it with his hands or Susanoo. He absorbed it. That's the point. He sees a new jutsu. He doesn't know what is going to do.
Once again, that is irrelevant because he cannot absorb jutsu right now. As the current Madara that we're talking about, it is irrelevant. Okay, so literally with that being said, okay, and his only two options is either to try to move or to use his Susanoo. And in character, Madara is more than confident enough in his Susanoo.
Greg, listen, let's take this step by step. He absorbed it because he had the
I
absorption
don't
ability.
care. I do not care. I will literally tell you that. I don't fucking care.
You're intellectually dishonest.
No, it's not intellectually dishonest. You are talking about an ability that a fucking version of the character in this debate does not even have. It is irrelevant. It is irrelevant. It is irrelevant. So I'm actually going to ask you a good question. What does Madara do against the summoning of the dogs? What the fuck does he do against that? Let me know. Let me know. Please tell me. What does he do against the dogs? Tell me.
Let me you real quick, because you keep on going and going. You're not listening to the argument. The argument was that he would absorb it. The argument is that he sees a new jutsu and does not take it. Not that he would absorb it in EMS. He sees a new jutsu and does not decide to take it. You cannot prove Madara would ever do that to a new jutsu. That is the point at hand. No attack it.
Deadass, if I get muted one more time, I'm hopping out of this conversation, by the way. I'm just putting that out there because I'm not doing that to you. I'm not leaving. I'm not just fucking, whatever, yada yada. Like, stop that shit. It's not cute. It's not funny, and it's disrespectful. Like, for one, it's already fucking 10 against 1 because apparently that was a thing out of nowhere. And for 2 as well, okay, it's very fucking annoying. You're literally muting me so you guys can have fucking dominance and just talk over me. Okay.
Then we can do this.
If you're gonna talk, and I'll wait to be done. If I'm gonna talk, I would like to be able to fucking speak. It would be very nice.
You've been speaking the whole time. What are you talking?
Hold on. Let's respect them. Everybody, nobody talk to Shiggy. Do you want to talk to him? So just Shiggy and Greg, because he feels like multiple people are coming after him. So let's just prove him wrong.
You have the power to just mute us, right? Can you just manually mute everybody?
Why would I do that?
Yeah, do that. Just do it.
I wouldn't even mute you guys because, in all honesty, like it's fucking. There's no reason to. Like I'm not getting clearly triggered enough or mad to where I need to fucking mute you in order to be able to talk over and clarify my point or objective of the argument. Okay, but the fact that you guys are doing that, okay, is clearly showing that you have to get your fucking point across because mine is just always irrelevant. Okay, and that's literally what you keep doing, and it's like, dude, stop. Like, no one does that in a professional debate anyways. No one just mutes them.
When something is addressed to you, you keep sidetracking away from it. Someone says, okay, there is precedent for Madara to not stand there and take an attack. And then you say, Madara doesn't have absorption ability. But that's not the argument. Like, you have to start focusing on
because you guys were bringing up the absorption shit. You brought it up. I didn't bring that up. You brought that up as a fucking counterpoint for some reason.
The argument was not that he would absorb the jutsu. The argument is that when faced in a situation to take a brand new jutsu, he decides not to take it. That's the argument. So you understand?
Can we move on from this topic because this is literally just going to keep going on in a circle?
Okay, what about the animals?
So can I actually ask a question, and can you guys actually try to provide an answer, or maybe show a scan, or whatever the case may be, and actually answer a question that I have? Because all I've been doing is answering your questions, providing explanations or providing examples, or whatever, and that's it. That's literally all this has been. It has been literally me answering you guys' questions and talking to you. So can I ask you a question now, and can you answer me?
Go ahead.
What does Madara do against the dog summoning?
How strong is the dog summoning?
I'm not asking how strong the dog summoning is. What does Madara do against the dog summoning? I want to know what you... If it happened, I want to know what you think what would go down and happen.
Well, he would just overpower it. That's why I asked how strong is the dog summoning.
Okay, so if he would overpower it, what do you mean? Like, did he, strike it to where it's, what happens? What happens?
He would chop it clean in half. He bisects it.
Okay, so, and then guess what? It splits into more. Whenever you attack the dog and you do an attack that is more than enough to damage it, automatically its ability, it doesn't matter about power, it doesn't matter about nothing. It splits into more, and literally there is more and more of a summoning that fought against Gamabuta.
Yeah, I know this, but how strong is the dog summoning? Like, even if it is immortal, if it's not strong at all, why would it even matter in the fight? Like, what's it gonna do?
the reason why it can matter is because, for one, it can cause more self-awareness, it can cause more vision upgrades, and it can also be blitzing Madara at the same time to try to, maybe, I don't know, blind his vision, or just attack his Susanoo, or take hits, or take the hits for his sword, whatever. Like, it can be crucial in the fucking fight. It's a summoning.
Okay, wait, how fast is he? How can he even take hits from the sword? Can he even get near the shockwaves of Madara's attack? Like, how strong is this summon? Like, if it's weak, it doesn't matter.
If you get attacked by 100 dogs...
Okay, if you get attacked by 150 fucking dog summons, okay? It doesn't matter about attack potency or fucking shockwaves or whatever. The dog is still gonna fucking be there. So once again, what does he do against a dog and to get rid of it out of the fight?
You're not showing me a reason why he even has to take care of the dog. He can literally
yes, he would, because literally Nagato could easily use that to outlast him.
How would that outlast? Why would it matter?
Because it would literally be infinite amount of dogs that continue to fight him.
The question is, why would something that has no scaling matter?
It does have scaling.
What's the scaling? That's what I'm trying to get an answer out of.
It literally was able to fight Toad fucking sages.
Okay, why do the Toad sages who are weaker than the Sannin matter in this battle?
Okay. Gamabuta can fight Tailed fucking Beast. If you really think Jiraiya and Orochimaru can throw a punch at a Tailed fucking Beast and apply the same amount of fucking power and force, you are crazy.
I don't see why not. Why not?
Because Fourth Tail Naruto was fucking killing Orochimaru over and over and over. Fourth Tail Naruto immediately blitzed Jiraiya and fucking almost killed him. That is why. That is why. Gamabuta would look at Fourth Tail Naruto and be like, bring it on, bitch.
Kurama is vastly stronger than all the tailed beasts. I don't see.
Not only that, Gamabuta's sword also chopped off the arm of the first fucking tailed beast. Full transformation.
Okay. What does that have to do with the Sannin?
It does. You're saying the Sannin are stronger than Gamabuta.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What does the One-Tail have to do with the Sannin? How does the One-Tail scale to the Sannin?
The reason why it scales is because you're literally saying that if they can beat Gamabuta, that they can beat fucking literally the full power Nine-Tails, One-Tailed fucking Jujutsu. Yes, that is literally what you're implying.
Because Gamabuta, there's a direct scale for this. We see Gamabuta's around Manda level.
No, he is not around Manda level. He's around full power Nine-Tails level, but you keep disagreeing with that, even though there's proof in the scan.
We literally see in part 1, when Gamabuta and Katsumi face off against Manda, Manda's able to fight them and damage them, react to their attacks.
You're right. He's definitely Manda level. He's not Nine-Tail level, and that's why Minato summoned him for a Nine-Tails threat. But you're right.
Minato summoned him so he can sit on him. Lifting, strength, and AP are 2 different categories.
Okay, exactly. And if he can hold down a full power Naruto, guess what? Okay, guess fucking what? The dog is going to have enough strength to attack Madara Susanoo and potentially break it. That is strength. That is pure fucking strength.
I was not done. As I was trying to say before you cut me off, right? Lifting, strength, and attack potency are 2 different categories.
He's not lifting the Nine-Tails. He's holding him down. What are you talking about?
Let me finish. How are you responding to an argument that's incomplete? Let me complete.
Because you're saying he's lifting him. What do you mean?
As I was trying to say, the force of your punch and the amount of weight you can lift are 2 different categories of strength. In this context, Gamabuta is applying weight on top of the Nine-Tails for the Nine-Tails to overcome them.
Okay, and the dogs are equivalent to Gamabuta, so guess what? Their weight is also the same as his weight.
Okay, this is separate from attack potency. What does this have to do with the Nine-Tails attack potency?
Because if 100 of these fucking dogs literally jump in the air and land in his fucking Susanoo, okay, that's gonna be a lot of weight.
How heavy are the dogs compared to?
Okay, as a matter of fact, another win condition, fucking 300 fucking dogs jump, land on the Susanoo, and fucking crushes him to death. Dead. GG.
How heavy are the dogs?
What was the question?
How heavy are the dogs?
Clearly heavy enough to fucking pin a fucking Nine-Tails. So I don't know, what's the scale for that? For a full power Nine-Tails, I don't know, how fucking heavy do you think you need to be to fucking pin down a full power Nine-Tails? It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter. The fact that it happened is a big deal, and you're trying to debunk that, and you can't. So once again...
Wait. You're avoiding the argument at hand.
I am not avoiding the argument. I asked you what does Madara do against a dog? And now I am answering all of your questions. And you couldn't even give me an answer that shows Madara has a benefit.
Why are the dogs strong enough to play any role in this fight? Then we went to the Gamabunta scale, and then I showed you a scale.
Because it's infinite Gamabutas. It's infinite Gamabutas. That's why. Okay, that is an issue.
Why does it matter? Can you prove they can even, like, take... If Madara just spikes the sword and they take the shockwave of it, they don't even get near him. Just a shockwave hits him. Why are they strong enough to take these shockwaves that can literally cut off mountaintops?
Because literally their ability is to split. It cannot be killed. The only way that dog has ever literally been fucking defeated or gone is literally when the fucking summoning path, okay, is killed. The summoning path has to be killed, okay? If not, she can constantly spam summonings, okay, and has the most broken summoning, the dog.
Okay, that's fine. Because the point here is that if you can't actually scale the animal path dogs to anywhere near Madara level, so
I can. Once again.
And Madara is... I'm not done. And Madara is just vastly stronger than Nagato. So he would kill Nagato and the dogs disappear. They don't matter in this fight.
No, he would not kill Nagato, okay? Because literally, it would literally be a summoning that is literally on par with the same equivalence to fucking Gamabuta, okay, that was able to use strength and pin down a full power Ninetales. You are not going to disregard that fact. Okay. And if he can do it, the dogs can do it too. They could fucking probably bite him, okay, and hold fucking the perfect Susanoo down, okay?
Can you show the dogs or Nagato does that in character? Use their weight to sit on an opponent. When do the dogs ever do that?
Okay, when would I say the dog would just want to sit on the fucking thing? No, the dog could just bite and hold him. That's it.
How strong are the bites?
You're saying how strong are the bites? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, how strong are the bites?
The frog just sat on it. He didn't even bite it. He just sat on it and used his ass as to hold him with his strength. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's a lot more beneficial to bite something and use all your strength to hold it down. If you're a big-ass fucking dog.
Stop avoiding the question.
I'm not avoiding the question. The dog could easily bite the fucking Susanoo and hold the Susanoo down.
Okay, can you compare the force of the dog's bite to the force of Gamabunta sitting on someone? How's that even in the same category?
Okay, yes, because Gamabuta's ass, okay? Gamabuta's ass, yes, okay, was able to hold the Ninetales full power on the ground.
That's not evidence. Where's the evidence that scales the bite of the dog, which is attack potency, to the weight of Gamabunta, which is lifting strength? These are two different categories of strength.
Okay, if you literally weigh just as much as Gamabuta and you bite something and use your weight and utilize that as strength to hold something down, he's gonna be able to do it. It's fucking science. The fact that you literally need a scan to, once again, to prove something that is irrelevant of how powerful the fucking dog's bite is, okay, is absolutely hilarious. Bottom line is the dog has enough strength to hold him down. Whether you like it or not. And if it's 300 fucking dogs, okay, what the fuck is Madara gonna do?
Okay, this is another problem with your argument, because you're going to bring science into it when, like, if you actually want to apply science in this situation, for example, a bear and a lion, they don't weigh the same. One is way heavier than the other. That does not mean that the heavier animal automatically just has a higher bite force than anything. Your weight does not inherently correlate to your bite force. Your bite force is more than just sitting on something.
Okay.
Also takes into account how sharp your teeth are and the speed at which you bite.
Okay, but you can utilize your body weight, okay, with the body parts or whatever you are. Okay, you can utilize body weight in a fight. That does make a big difference. It's called strength.
That's not addressing the argument. The argument
yes, it is. You're literally saying because if the dog doesn't have enough biting power, okay, that he could not be able to hold Madara down. The moment he bites fucking the Susanoo and then literally is moving, okay, with his body, utilizing his weight and strength, he's going to be able to move the perfect Susanoo.
Okay. The issue with this argument
and it's also possible that he could potentially break it.
You can't actually compare these two categories. As I gave the example, the bear and the lion, right? your bite force is more than just how much you weigh. All right, your mouth does not just automatically, when you're biting something with your mouth, the speed that you're biting into something also plays a significant factor. In the case of Gamma Bunta, he was just falling and sitting on something. Also,
once again, literally, you're not answering the question. How does Madara beat that summoning?
I said if the summoning below the Sani level, and the force of just the shockwaves alone would scale above that. I was going to get into that, but I was cut off. As I was going to say, it stated like, oh, Sage Jiraiya, who's stronger than Gamma Bunta, can just like carve mountains or whatever. Well, Madara, the shockwave of the slash easily slices a whole mountain range off. Like the shockwave alone would keep the dog away from him, and he'd just kill Nagato. Like the dogs don't matter.
Okay, no, it would just split the dog, and the dog would keep sprinting.
He would kill Nagato. It doesn't matter.
Okay, no, he wouldn't be able to kill Nagato. Nagato definitely has the durability to be able to withstand that. Or better yet, can use Almighty Push to be able to fucking counter the fucking, you know, the wind explosion, whatever, or the fucking sword, okay? Literally, the Almighty Push can negate like a million fucking attacks at the same fucking time and utilize gravity and use that as power, okay? And negate either all ninjutsu, okay? And even physical attacks.
Greg, stop just galloping. How strong is Nagato's durability? Because you keep on making multiple claims. Stick to one claim at a time. How strong is Nagato's durability?
Okay, so you want to know how strong Nagato's ability now. So...
durability is, yes.
Yes, okay, so... do you know the durability of the weakest? Okay, Pain, which is literally the robotic one? The one that has even more durability than the fucking Tendo Pain, and the Tendo Pain was throwing hands with Six Tails Naruto, Sage Mode fucking Naruto, and so on and so forth, okay? And literally fucking that robotic Pain has even more better durability than him. And so then if you're stacking literally a more powerful, healthy, prime Nagato, and you really think his durability is not strong enough to be able to take fucking the fucking, you know, the force of like, you know, from the sword swinging, that it just completely turns him to dust, you're fucking crazy for that.
I never even argued that. I don't know what you're talking about. That was
you're literally asking how is his durability relevant, meaning applying that fucking Nagato could get one shot and killed and then the summonings are gone. That is literally what you're applying.
Yeah, by the perfect Susanoo. How strong is Nagato compared to the perfect Susanoo? Draw out a scaling chain from Nagato to the perfect Susanoo. Go ahead.
You're still not answering the question. Like you literally answer a question with a question. That is literally what you're doing.
No, because I asked you how strong is Nagato, and then you started talking about safe Naruto and this Naruto. I was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But can you draw a direct scaling?
You were asking about durability, and I was explaining it, and then you continue on.
But the durability doesn't matter if you can't connect it to Madara, because it's Nagato versus Madara. So how strong is his durability compared directly to Madara?
Okay, so literally you're saying that Nagato doesn't have good durability to be able to withstand an attack from literally the weakest version of Madara, yet KCM2 Naruto and EMS Sasuke, okay, can take fucking attacks or get hit by a Jubito? And Jubito is more powerful than Hashirama and Madara?
Jubito held back.
And remind you, KCM2 and EMS Sasuke, okay, are fucking, like...
they have nothing to do with Nagato. Answer the question about Nagato.
Yes, they do. Their durability is essential to understand in comparison because Hashirama and Madara are fucking weaker than the Jubito.
Nagato never fights these characters. They have nothing to do with Nagato at all. Go from Nagato to EMS Madara.
Okay, you're right. Nagato fought weaker characters. He fought KCM1 as Edo, and he also fought fucking Killer Bee.
What does that have to do with Madara? All these people are just weaker than Madara.
Okay, what does it have to do with Madara?
Yeah, draw a scaling chain. A scaling chain would be A over B over C. For example, right? Raikage is able to damage KCM Naruto. KCM Naruto is over base Naruto. Therefore, Raikage would be able to damage base Naruto. Draw out the scaling chain
from Nagato to one character to EMS Madara. Go ahead, do it.
You are literally beating around the bush, and you will literally not answer a question, and what you're trying to do to apply to like make yourself in some type of fucking way in this argument is to constantly be asking me questions and to constantly for me to be proving things when you have literally not proved one fucking time with either a feat, a scan, or an actual answer of what I have asked you.